Vlogs. How are you guys going today? It's all very good, guys. Your pontiff is in the house. Yes, guys, I'm here broadcasting live. Very quickly, we had a super chat from our good friend Blue Shirt Buddha. Blue Shirt Buddha, you know, he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. And I want to say thank you, Blue Shirt. Blue Shirt, I hope you're well, man. I haven't spoken to you nearly 12 months now. It's been a while. Man, all I want to say is, man, I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I hope you're enjoying your submariner. I'm wearing my 41 mil. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're okay. Hope you're okay. Guys. I want to say this YouTube business is a pretty, here we go. Frozen Yukoner, $5. Donation for the Pontiff, the best watch live stream. Thank you so much, Frozen Yukoner. I gotta say, guys, I actually made a few videos yesterday. This is on the ARCHIELUXURY channel. And I made one about my mental health. And I've just uploaded it to the ARCHIELUXURY channel. And I said I'm probably about a 4.5 out of 10 at the moment, mentally. 4.5. Now, that's not good. And I got to tell you, YouTube as a business is tough. Very tough. What a wonderful super chat. CB, you are a legend, man. CB, $50. I am busy, but I am with you, Arch. CB's a wonderful guy. I chat to him on WhatsApp. He gives me advice. He wants me to do well. Thank you, CB. Thank you. Thank you so much. What you don't see is we've got a few dramas and fights going on. It does take a mental toll. I'd say my mental health at the moment is 4.5. And I got to be totally honest with you. All this drama, good friends. I had some good friends. They're no longer good friends. You know, it takes a toll on you mentally. You're trusted. You want these friendships. It's all pretty hard, man. It's all pretty hard. The other thing is the world we're in. So I've got myself. Okay, there's many facets of your life. You've got firstly your career. So I'm doing the YouTube. It's turmoil, nastiness. I just sent a quick text message to JJ. I said, hey man, sorry I may have said a few things a bit nasty in the heat of the moment. He came back. He's pretty cool. I was a bit disappointed he didn't come on the show. You see, this is the whole thing. You're looking for punters to come on the show. And I thought, you know what? Just leave the guy. I was angry at Austin last night. He did gonzo streaming. And, I mean, it was pathetic. But, you know what? At least he mentioned me nicely. I think Austin's woken up and seen the big monies in the super chats. Here we go. MRG 1911, $10. Do this alone with maybe one other guy like Bear and you'll do better. More guests are worse. Remember, you are the community. Interesting point. Interesting point. Jamie Opulence. Yeah. Yeah, Bruce Boo Shirt Buddha. Thanks in sending hospital. Hamper or hospital. Thanks in sending okay. And we've got Showcase Watches. Hey Bruce, I hope you were recovering well. Ramsey, $2. We miss the Wizard. Wizard's done some weird shit. That's one guy I don't quite understand what he's doing. I really don't understand what's going on with Wizard. I don't understand. That kind of went a bit strange. I don't know what's happening to the Wizard. He's yeah, that's kind of it's kind of how it is. You've got guys like Dis. Dis is kind of a loose cannon. Very much a loose cannon. Yeah, it's kind of strange, but look, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I kind of think the YouTube space itself there is a bit. It's very competitive. It's not necessarily best for your mental health. MRG 1911. More guests are worse. Maybe alone with one guy. Maybe that could be a good point. Yes. Yeah, that's a very good point. Frozen Yukoner, $5. Don't get too down on yourself, Arch. Lots of us here have been watching a long time quietly, haven't been saying much, but appreciate the content. Thank you. The other thing is I made a video yesterday and I said, I'm actually scared of selling things off in my own collection. I'm scared of selling things off, listen to me, for fear that I won't be able to buy that stuff back. Okay, so basically, in the past I did one watch per brand, and I would go in and out of watches, I always loved my watches, but I'd jump in, jump out. You know what I mean? You just go with the flow. You understand what I mean? And I'll just pull up a photo here. Let's pull up a photo so we know what we're talking about. We like to have a photo. And I've got to say, I've become very fearful lately of actually selling pieces. I've become scared of experimenting because I may not be able to get the watch back. And that's a big fear. What happens if you can't get the watches back? So this here is 8 in the box and 1 on the wrist. So I'm wearing the Submariner. So look at this. These are actually in the bank at the moment. The 4 Pateks. I've had the 2 complication service, so I know the history. And they've got a lot of history with me. Hello, Green Room. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. How are you, Archie?
I gotta say, man, a bit flat. 4.5 out of 10. How's that?
4.5. Could be worse.
The funny thing is, can I say this to you, Green Room?
Yeah.
I've done okay with the money this month. But the drama in the community, whether you think it's made up or not, it affects you mentally. When you got good friends of yours who suddenly stab you in the back. Like good friends of mine who I made 70,000 Canadian for, then they refer to you as the inconvenient toilet break from Brisbane.
Mm.
That takes a toll on you, right?
Look, I just think for the average viewer, keeping up with the drama takes a toll.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces.
The other thing is that in the world we're in, no travel. You can't even leave your state. Well, you can't even go out at night. You got a nighttime curfew, don't you?
I can't. I don't think I can leave. Like I can't leave a 5-kilometer radius of where I live.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And I got to be honest with you. You've also got the situation in the world where house prices are going through the roof. Cars are crazy. You think, what the fuck is this?
It's getting harder and harder for the average person to start a family, and do other things as well. You got a super chat.
Comb, £5, €5. Arch, that collection is perfect. Now you need a YouTube watch. Now you need a YouTube watch to add to it that you chop and change every now and again to keep the content fresh.
So you're talking about the fear of not being able to get the watches back. I think the fear is more so about. The fear is about you could get the watches back, but you'd have to pay more. I think there's a fear of buying back the watches at a higher price.
Well, they may not be available because the stocks at the moment aren't terribly great.
Well,
like you look at the dealers in Australia, how many subs can you get? How many subs of...
Well, for you, there's a fear of paying that big GST payment if we're buying overseas. You don't want to do that.
Well, I think you've got to add that on. That's just an added cost. That's a cost of doing business. There's nothing you can do about that.
No, not at all.
The other thing is you've got, okay, say you buy it locally. How many Submariners are for sale in Australia at the moment?
Not many.
And that's a standard watch. A Submariner is a bread and butter iconic sports watch. And this is the whole thing. Like for me, I look at this box and say, okay, what could I sell so I could have a play? I don't want to sell the world time. Don't want to sell the annual. Even those 2 Calatravas. Don't want to sell them.
You could have a what? Sorry, a play.
Play with another piece.
Oh right, okay.
You know, like get a Zenith or try a Grand Seiko. So you say to yourself, what could I sell then? And you say to yourself, okay, well I don't want to sell any of the Pateks. The Rolex, don't touch the Rolex. Don't touch the Rolex. Don't touch the Speedy. I got a beautiful box Speedy. Don't touch the Reverso. That's sentimental, you know. Then you say, well, okay, well, you know. The problem is these new watches are so expensive now. $10,000 is a lot of money. And we got Tommy. Hello, Tommy.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Tommy, you're not a stalker, are you?
Is that the new intro every time I come on? No, I'm not, man.
That's cool, man. We're working on that deal. It hasn't come through yet, but we'll see how we go, Tommy. We're trying our best.
That's good. That's good.
It might take a couple of days because he was in Spain, so we'll just see how it goes.
Great.
I got another super chat, just very quick.
4 of them. 3 or 4 of them, I think.
Okay, here we go. So now we've got, so that's calm. We've got Jack Steele, $5. Let's get up to 4.6. Yeah, Tommy, I've been a bit down. I'm a 4.5 at the moment.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah. Do you guys ever get down? What's your mental health number?
I don't know. It really depends. I don't get down to 4.5.
Gee, let me think.
With that drilling, it's about a 3.
Yeah, it's.
I thought that
I
was
thought he'd
supposed to be 2
I thought,
days.
well, that's what he said, but he's still going, so he should be just about done. I'm pretty sure.
Forest Man, £1.90, £1.80. AC3 needs to sell a Patek and buy a Pepsi. See, the problem is, I want to sell one. They're hard to sell, and then I'm paying massive premium for a Pepsi. And then what?
But could you not sell the Pepsi for that massive premium, even though you wouldn't be selling it right away? Of course, I don't think you'd sell it at all. But
Well,
wouldn't
what's
you
a
just be
Pepsi
happy?
going for? 32,000 Aussie now, aren't
Yeah,
they?
I think he's got one at Luxuria, I think. I mean, wouldn't you just be happy knowing that once you sell one of the Pateks, if you were to do that, you would have a Pepsi in your collection that you could liquidate almost instantly?
Then I'd start to worry about, is it really worth 30,000 when it's a $13,000 Aussie watch?
Well, when it's a $30,000 small piece of steel, let's face it, that's what it is. It's a very cool piece of steel.
Calm, €10. Hair is what I can afford for the pontiff. Hair is what I can afford for the pontiff feeling flat. Would have been cool if you could have gone to that watch show. I think you would get a crazy reaction from the crowd. They all know you, pontiff. Yeah, I would.
Okay, look.
I can't
getting
even
pestered
travel
about
to
this.
Sydney, yet alone London. You know.
I'm getting pestered about this in the chat room. Our wonderful friend Diego would like to jump on and do an unboxing of some type.
Diego. Is he there? Where is he? Sure, he can come on and do an unboxing. Here we go. Calm, £4, €5. Tommy stalked me last night. He got the electric Tesla so people wouldn't hear him sneaking up on you, Arch. I had a 420D for 4 years without issue. But see, Calm, that's right. 4 years, then get rid of it. That's exactly what they're made to do. After the warranty, that's when the problems start on them. 100% Calm. I love the 420. I think that's a beautiful. I like the 4 Series. They're a gorgeous shape, but they're expensive. You know what? Seriously, I tell you what. With cars, I don't need more debt. I think for me, I've kind of shelved that.
Okay, let me
Tell
ask
me this. Go on. What else?
Well, let me ask.
Yes.
No,
Go on.
you go.
I was going to say, Tommy,
Yo.
can you understand the fear? I can't sell anything because
Oh yeah.
I
Of course.
I won't be able to get it back. And you know, I got my ass kicked. I tell you this, I was doing one watch per brand, then I sold them off, got Rolex. I thought, oh, this is fun. Okay, now let me try Patek. I got 6 Pateks at one stage, and then I thought, you know what? Let me try Rolex again. Couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
It was a disaster. Absolute disaster. Tommy, you wouldn't believe it. I was begging an AD in Melbourne to sell me a black dial Milgauss. It was display. Oh, sir, we'd have to see. We would have to see. That was Watches of Switzerland in Collins Street. They said, sir, you want a black steel sports Milgauss? I don't think so, sir. Let's see what Diego. I don't have much patience for Mr. Diego, but let's bring him up and see what he's unboxing. Da-da-da-da. Unboxing. Look at this. Da-da-da-da.
Any guesses?
Beautiful.
Any guesses?
No, let's open up. Da-da-da-da. Air King. There we go. Air King.
I think it's a Milgauss.
Okay, let's have a look. You just got this. When did you get this, Diego?
I just got it in the mail today.
So brand new or pre-owned?
No, pre-owned.
Grey market. Which
Pre-owned.
do you get it from David SW?
No, I got it from a guy on Chrono 24, but we
Okay.
kind of did the deal outside of Chrono.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Of course,
want
to
to
save
spoil this.
fees. Oops.
Make sure. I need to make sure it looks pretty.
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Austin Daniels live stream.
Ha 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 ha. I kind of like that. You know what? As crazy and nasty as it was, I find that funny. It's made me laugh.
I was gonna say,
You know
I
what
don't
I
think
mean?
that guy
I
can
actually
afford
like
another
that.
Rolex.
I gotta hand it to the boy. It actually makes me laugh. No, that's yeah. Ha 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 ha. I love it. You got me. Actually, that's actually cheered me up, believe it or not. I was so flat. That's given me a kick. I love it. I
It's nice when
gotta
there's
tell
effort
you,
put into it. You know, we went to some
you remember that
logistics there.
that guy used to come on. You know that guy. That guy used to come on, Boris Oris. He'd say, it's whatever the name of that character was. Hello, with a big cock. I was expecting him to open that with a, yeah. Hey, Diego, great gag. I love it, man.
Just wanted to
You
say.
send my regards to Austin. He's actually, I got to tell you, man, I was watching his stream last night. Green Room was texting me. He said some nice things too, Green Room.
He did.
And
Yeah,
I
I
think
can't stay
Birdman
long.
came out of his
Hold on.
element. He came out. Birdman came out. It's good when he puts the parrot down for a little bit. But
Can't stay long. I can't stay long.
no
I just want to
worries,
say,
man.
hey,
You can't stay long because
keep it
Austin's
positive.
stream's starting. Okay, we'll keep on
No,
9
no,
o'clock
no.
there.
The Cowboys play tonight, so keep it positive.
Cowboys.
Have fun.
They're
I
a
hope you
shit
have a
team.
good stream.
No worries,
Everyone
man.
cares
Thank
if
you. We
you-
love the sense of humor,
See you
man.
guys.
Love it, man. You've
See ya.
cheered. It's
Thanks.
actually been okay. We got Cockerel, $8. Keep the collection, Pontiff, and save to buy a new watch. Embrace the grind and enjoy the foreplay of choosing the new watch. And we
Hey,
got
fellas.
Lalex.
What is
How
going
are
on,
you?
everybody? Hey,
Hey,
hey.
man.
Just taking a little break right now from work. Just wanted to pop on, say what's up.
Hey, man, that's great. By the way, guys, we've got some new allegiances coming out soon. Just letting you know. I was talking to Lolex's man, Timmy, yesterday.
Good. Good.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah. So we got more dirt coming out.
Oh, God.
I don't know about my mental health, but it's
Buddy.
yeah.
Let's
yeah.
get back to that last super chat about your next watch. Do you have anything in mind, or?
Look, it's funny you say that. I was seriously looking at a Grand Seiko.
Why?
Well, no, good question.
please.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? It was actually, the reason is because you can't get Rolex.
Okay.
Sure.
It's good for the views and the ratings. I've never had one. Shizitsu polishing, the Shizitsu polishing,
Okay.
but the problem is they're expensive.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
They're
And
too yeah. Too much for me. I don't know how you guys feel.
They're really expensive, and it's like paying all that money for a Japanese sports car. You want to go German. Well, in the watches, you want to go Swiss. Could you pay all that money for a Japanese eco box?
No.
No, thank you. I've always wanted to ask you, Arch, out of every watch you've ever owned,
Yes.
if you could only keep, let's say, 6 of them, because you have 6 now. You can only keep 6. Yeah, 6. Yeah, 6. Because you got 6 now.
No, I got 8. I got 9.
Oof. What are the highlights? Which ones do you think you wish you could have back?
You know what, Lolex? That's a very interesting thing.
Maserati.
Maserati.
You would take the Maserati blue back, or would you take the gold sub back?
Look, let me say this to you. You know what? The funny thing is, it's not necessarily the most expensive ones you would lust after.
Yeah.
Okay? So I would say, seriously, if I could have 6 back, say, you know, I would say
you can only
I'd
have
really
a collection of 6. You can only have a
Sorry?
collection of 6 is what I mean.
Okay.
You can only have 6 watches.
Can we make it 5? Because it was the Archie 5. Can we make
yeah,
it the 5?
Even
Let's
better.
make
You
it
can only have 5. You can only have 5.
Because I think for everything you gain, you lose.
Okay.
Remember that. For everything you gain, you lose something. So 5, the Archie 5. Number 1, if I could have any back, like we had Jesus here, said, Archie, you can have whatever you want back.
Okay.
I'd want my 1016 back.
Okay.
Because not that I miss it, but it's sentimentality, and it was my first Rolex. Okay.
Is that the one that got away?
Yep, that's the one that was stolen from the Chicago mob.
Okay.
So I'd say I'd want that one. I would say. So is this collection? Sorry, let me rephrase that. Is this 6 in addition to the 9 I've got, or this is just to have whatever 6
It's 5. So it's 5.
5.
And you can only have 5 watches, and you can only pick the watches that you've owned. So you can choose from the ones that you have now.
Or the ones that have gone away.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have to say 5. Number 1, I would say the 1016. Okay.
1016. Okay.
That was a cool watch. Number 2, I would say, let's go through this, the easy options. 1016, I would say, I'd say the world time.
Okay.
1016 world time.
Yep.
I would really like my date back. The 36 mil 18238 with the diamond dial, cream dial, diamond dial.
Okay. That's 3.
Okay.
You only get 2 more.
So you look at this. The 3 I've chosen. Okay, one's a Steel Sports. Okay, so I've got to get 2 more. Oh, shit.
You can only get 2 more. You got 1 Patek.
You know what?
You got to keep your sub.
You know what? I would probably say I prefer this sub to the gold sub.
Well, I mean, it's going to last longer, yeah.
It's more usable.
Not as flashy.
Yeah.
And then one more watch. It'd have to be the Reverso.
No way, really? Okay.
I love my Reverso.
Yeah, your Reverso's awesome.
Go.
Yeah. Man.
1016. World time. Date 36 mil with diamond dial. Subby and Reverso. 5.
Those are your 5?
Yes. How's that?
It's pretty solid. Pretty solid 5.
That'd be great.
You can make that happen again.
No.
Yeah.
No. So what would I need? So think of that. So I'd need the. So we've already got the sub.
Mm-hmm.
The sub I'd keep. The Reverso I've got.
Mm-hmm.
The world time I've got. So all we need is the 2 watches.
A 1016 and a date. And you can, instead of getting the 36 mil, you can get a modern 36 mil, or you can get the new 40.
You know what a tight ass I am, okay? It'd always be the 36 mil with the.
Get the 36. Get a new 36.
Come on!
Get a new 36 mil. You can go to the AD and pick one up today if you wanted to.
You know what? You know how expensive they are. You know,
They're
I've
expensive.
never. I don't have the most I've ever spent on a watch. Let's just clarify this for you Americans, because I think you lose sight of this. The most I've ever spent on a watch, okay? The most I've ever spent is 25,000 Aussie dollars. What's that? 18,000 US?
Yeah. What's a 36 mil date? That's like 30 grand, right?
Oh,
Starting 30 grand, right?
shit.
Yeah, it's 18 grand.
Well,
Arch, 18 grand.
Okay, I'm just going to work this out for you guys. So, just so you know, the most I've ever spent on a watch is 18,000 US. Okay? That's the most I've ever spent.
Man.
Lower
And I
than
find
would
that a lot
think.
of money. Is that a lot of money or not?
Yeah.
18,000?
You
You
kidding
can
It
buy
is,
a
but-
decent car in America.
18,000's a lot of money to spend on watches. I'm a
Here we go.
Most of that.
Bob Lowbar, $2. No Moonwatch, Arch.
there's only
You
5.
know what?
There's only room
You know
for
what?
5 watch.
There was only room on the boat. It was the Titanic. There was only room in the boat for this.
Man, do you think you would be happy with that 5 if you had that 5?
No, I prefer the 9.
9? Yeah.
Look, it's like I tell you what makes me sad is that I think collectors now are so careful. Like, let's be honest, Rolex, unless you were in really big financial problems, you wouldn't sell either of your Rolex. You got the no date and you got the Batgirl.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're never.
You wouldn't
Never.
sell any of those things.
'Cause I could never get them back. I could never get them back.
For retail.
I would be screwed. Man, at 1016, I've never even seen one in person.
Sorry about that. Guys, I would say to you, the market now is people are so careful. Like, they don't want to sell stuff within your shit. I may not get it back. It's ridiculous. Whereas people used to say, yeah, I'd like this. The whole mentality has changed. Do you see that, don't you?
Oh yeah, big time.
And that also means, sorry?
No, I can't really like buy and trade anymore, or you can at least in Rolex, because if you're lucky enough to pick something up at retail, like a sports watch, you got to hold it.
Yes. And there's also the fact that you don't want to burn the dealer relationship. They might find out. You also have the situation where you can't get it back again. Prices
100%.
are rising. It's really quite, and I think that's causing stock to not go into the market. You know what I mean? It's very, very dry. The market's dry. Like, you know what? The first thing that hit me, I saw this Instagram post a couple of weeks ago where someone said, I'm turning 40. A friend of mine's turning 40. He wants a Rolex Submariner and ceramic sub.
Yeah.
I mean,
Damn.
a ceramic sub is a great watch, but it was never that great, was it?
It's very common.
Very common. I've always
Now it's like a Patek. Now it's like
Really?
it's like a Patek, isn't it?
yeah.
Very difficult to get.
Would you actually use this bloody thing?
The timing function on it. I mean, I do when I wear it.
Would you actually use that?
I'd use my iPhone before for sure. The timer, but yeah, it's kooky. It sucks. I want to go look at they have display watches now at all my dealers in Southern California. So I want to
Yeah.
go and take a look at some of them. I want to go take a look at the new green OP.
You know, that's that's a crazy watch
Couple
there. Here
super
we
chats.
go. Duro, Pow, 40 rubles. I've got 2 Milgausers, a GV and a non-GV. Should I sell the non-GV? Look, I don't understand. Look, Jero, it depends what you want. See, it's not about. See, for me, it's not about do I sell this or not sell this. It's what do I want to buy and how do I pay for it. That's more the point.
Yeah.
I think
Jero, you got to sell whatever you. I don't know the story. Like, put it this way. It's not always about is the GV better than the non-GV? Is one box papers? Is one full set? Is one naked? Is one in better condition? Is one got a ding on it or something? There's many factors like that that come into play.
Good point.
what I think someone touched on the other day, maybe it was you, I don't know. It just seems like the average guy, if he really stretches, he can only really do one Steel Sports.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I guess if you wanted a Pepsi, you could really get 2 milgauses or whatever, but really you could really only stretch for 1.
It's funny
So I
you said.
think
Let me just.
it's
let me
sort of
just
turning
pause.
into one and done, you know. You're kind of
Look.
forced to do one and done for a lot of people.
Yeah. And it's
Let
like,
me just-
which one can you get, really?
Hmm.
You know?
Well, let me say this to you guys. I'm just going to pull this picture up here for you guys. Okay. So say for me, my dream steel sports would be a Pepsi. I've said that before. That's what MJT was looking at getting me, right?
Before Daytona?
Daytona's not even near my top
Before
list.
MJT, you know, tempted you, or you know, not tempted, you know, had you thinking that you were going to get the GMT, was
Yep.
the GMT your dream steel
Yes.
Yeah.
sports?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, just checking.
Even
Yeah.
over
Look,
a Daytona, Arch?
Look, you know, to be completely honest with you, don't tell anyone this, okay? I find the GMT. I find the Daytona a pain in the ass with those screw-in pushers.
Yeah.
Because by the time you've unscrewed it, whatever you wanted to time is finished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me tell you this. Like, look, okay, here we go. We're talking Pepsi, right? Okay. So I could actually sell this. Okay, that's my 5127. By the way, do you like the Theo and Harris strap on it? Do you like that?
And
Or
spoke, yeah.
I like the stitch.
I like that
Looks good.
shape.
Is that blue? Or is
yeah,
that
yeah.
grey?
Like a
No,
very
no,
navy
no. This is actually hey, green room. You just hit it on the head. That's interesting you say that because that's a special shade they've got. I'll talk about that. Tim S, $2. Would you buy a Grand Seiko with cash or on credit? Come on, Tim S, you know me better than that. A bit of both. A bit of both. And what I do a couple of things, okay? I got 3 sources of funding. Credit card, some cash that came in, and I would stall bills and use that money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys never heard of that? No?
It's a little complex.
It's called a little
So
bit of
look at
horse
this.
trading.
Look at this. So I sell this. I'd probably... So this has got the
No,
deployment
you
buckle.
couldn't sell that. You couldn't
Or
do that,
Pepsi?
Archie.
No, but what I'm saying is, let's look at this. Say I sell this, right? So say I reckon, look, these are a little bit soft. They should be more, but if I sold it without the buckle and sold the buckle separately, I could get 27, right? Guess what? I'd have to put a few thousand in to get the Pepsi. Because the Pepsis are about over 30 now.
How much
At
was
one
that?
stage,
Go on.
they were 1 for 1. Now I'd have to be sneaky, take the deployment off, sell that separately, and then also put a few $1,000 in. You understand? Then if I wanted to buy this back, you know what's going to happen, don't you? By the time I want to buy it back, Murphy's Law, guess what happens, guys? Guess what happens?
Goes up.
You know what
Goes up.
happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really buy that shit.
Or adversely, you can get a gold sub. What about that? You know?
No, gold sub is more than this.
It's
Gold-
it's more. Yeah,
It's
what do
a
they start
lot
at?
more
35?
now. No,
35,
no.
36?
Look,
Archie, is selling these
What were
these Birkin bags of yours on the table, or is it just a no-go zone?
We were just looking at them yesterday at David SW. They were 35 or 36 or something like that.
what's that for?
The gold sub with the blue dial. Wasn't it like 35?
Yeah, that's a ceramic. Okay.
I mean, if we're going gold sub, it really has to be 41, doesn't it, to match the other sub, right?
No way. If you can get a better deal
no,
on the
no,
40.
they're so expensive. No, that's like 20 grand
Yeah.
more.
20.
No, no.
Okay, shit, I didn't
Yeah,
know
get
that.
the 40 mil.
Shawnee's got one. Hey, Green Room. Shawnee's got one. It's $60,000. That's my friend's one. That's MJT. He's actually selling that watch.
Oh, really?
I'll
Okay.
just call up. Let me just call up David SW now. Let's go and have a look there. David SW.
I'm doing the same thing right now. I want to look at that gold sub.
Yeah. I'll just you know what? You motivated me. I'm thinking, shit, that gold sub. I gotta tell you what, I don't mind it's 40 or 41, do you? It makes no difference to me. I think they're sexy. Can I tell you, look, if I was buying a sub now, beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think you would. Oh, look, they got two of them. 37. Look at this. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, man.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Man, you can even do a bluesy
know
too,
what?
but we'll do this.
Excellent.
By the way,
condition.
guys, I want to show you something. If we go to David SW, he's got handbags. Let's go and have a look what handbags, how much. Maybe
Oh,
I could
wow,
do a
okay.
deal with David SW.
Yeah.
To trade in a handbag and
Yeah, trade in a
Yeah.
Birkin for
Trade and
a
save. It's like from EB Games.
trade and save. That's exact. Can I just ask you guys something? How come these purses are absolutely, you know, what do you think of this sort of money here? 18,000. I mean,
I know nothing about.
okay,
purses.
that 30 is actually the very popular size. 35 is kind of, that's the traditional size. I got two 35s, 18,000. That's actually a beautiful bag. Guys, would you ever buy your wife a purse like this?
I don't have a wife yet, Arch. I don't know.
I couldn't answer that one, man. If she was like passionate about them, the way I like
Yeah.
watches,
Yeah.
and she
If I could
didn't
afford it, I
have
would.
one, yeah, and she didn't have one, and she aspired to get one day. If it was at that level,
HELOC.
I'd figure it out. Yeah,
HELOC.
I'd help her out.
HELOC.
I'd suggest some other brands though. About like, what about YSL? They're a good brand. Why don't we do Gucci? But
Ooh,
I don't know. It
that's
seems like the
nasty.
Birkin's the
That's
one to
nasty.
get. Yeah, apparently the Birkin's the one to get. So Archie, you
He's
gonna get
got
this gold sub or what, dude? Come on.
How do I pay for it?
Okay, well, you liquidate one of the paddocks. Maybe do a little horse trading with some of these purses. You work your way into a gold sub. Come
Yes,
on.
we finance the rest, perhaps.
I don't
Come
have
on.
finance
Super chat,
available. You
Kevin.
know this? I don't
Come
have
on,
finance
Archie.
You
available.
can't finance
Come
4Gs. Come
on.
on. We'll do
I
a
can
super
finance
chat.
4Gs.
Yeah.
Kevin,
Let's have a
$5.
fundraiser. Have
Bought a
fundraiser for the gold sub.
116518
LN.
LN from David SW for 27,000. Love it. But like you guys mentioned last night, you can't read the time on it for shit.
Yeah.
That's a
Is that a platinum or the white gold?
white gold, I think.
Yeah.
No. What's it? It can't be. It's yellow gold. It ends in an 8.
Is it?
8
Yeah.
is yellow. Okay.
Well, we learn something new every day.
Beautiful. I got to tell you guys, seriously?
Yeah.
You know what? Hermes is expensive shit. They are expensive bags. My wife would really like a Cali. See, what I can do is I can see if I can get it downsized. 19,000 US dollars. That's the Rogue. Look at the Rogue. The Rogue. It is nice. These are expensive. You understand?
Oh yeah. 20 grand? Yeah, that's a lot.
$20,000.
Think about that. 20 grand. Man,
David SW's got
nuts.
interesting shit for sale, doesn't he? What's he got? He's got
that's
he's
more than a
got
bluesy. That's crazy.
watches. What jewelry's he got? Has he got jewelry? What
Oh man,
jewelry's
we're
he
going
got?
down a rabbit hole
Sorry.
right now.
I never seen some of this stuff. Like, he's got some.
Have you seen his
stuff.
personal collection?
He's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, he has a great little
He's
collection.
pretty shy guy. Like, I've tried to get him on the show. He's pretty shy. He doesn't like
really?
to he doesn't like to show. He's a very reserved guy. Just having a look. Sorry, guys. I'm just having a bit of a look here. Jeez, they got some nice stuff, haven't
Super
they?
chat, by the way, Arch.
See, the beautiful thing is, you know, in the one box, you could get a watch and the present. Okay, so say you bought a sub for yourself. Then you say, honey, of course I got something for you. I'm not greedy. I got these 2 carats of earrings for you because I thought your ears are lonely. How's that as a ploy? What do you reckon?
Or 15 grand, man.
Well, but
This
they're
shit
2
is
carats. It's 2
Yeah.
carat a diamond.
Yeah.
2 carats. That's the sort of shit that your sister would accept.
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows?
The Timepiece Fund, $2. Pontiff SBGW231 Fund, pre-owned at US 3,000. PayPal Archie Luxury AC3. That's ArchieLuxury72@gmail.com. That's that SBGW231. That's that Grand Seiko Spring Drive. You know, that's similar to that special Houdinki versions. You know the Houdinki versions?
Hmm.
You know the Houdinki versions they had?
No, I don't remember.
You know the green. They had that sexy green. You know the Houdinki?
No, I
That
don't.
limited
remember.
edition. Oh, I'll show you.
No.
I'll show you. Okay, let's have a look. So that's good. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Oh,
the super chat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it's a subscription to the
oh, thank you. Just mention his name there.
Evan.
I tell you what, I got to be totally honest with you. Houdinki, he kind of sometimes he sells out. I don't know if you find that. Do you find that?
I don't really pay attention to Houdinki. So.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the one he's talking about. That was the limited edition ones. What do you reckon?
Ooh. Not for me at all. I would never buy
But
this.
the blue, look at that blue, the Tiffany. Look at that. Come on. Work with me. Is that
What is
that
it?
not-
What is it? About 3K for a pre-owned one?
No, the white one. He's talking about the white.
No.
Okay, these were special limited editions, which.
I
But
think the first two are all right. The third one, I don't like that light shade, but it's all right. I don't know much about Grand Seiko though.
yeah, it's I gotta tell you, it's a tricky thing. The Grand Seiko, I think, is something that is very different. I want to try it. I want to experiment it. It's like cheese. Do you guys eat cheese? You
Oof,
guys
love
into,
a good cheese.
Love cheese.
Love a good feta.
what about like a blue vein?
You're getting a little too expensive for me, Arch. What are you gonna start saying? Some crazy Goudas or whatever?
Well, you know, I just tell you what. I've gone into cheese takes a while. You got to get. I just want to show you another photo here. I think this is a beautiful photo, guys. I really stop share. Here we go. Share screen. Have a look at this photo. What do you think of? Is that beautiful or not? No one says it's too small. It's too small, Art. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Looks great.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Very classic.
I love that watch there. I think it's very just. It almost looks like a rose gold there because of the brown, the hues. It's yellow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, that's
It's,
yellow. Wow.
Sorry if I'm being a bit quiet. I'm just working on the power
No, no.
graph, the factions
no.
chart.
That's okay.
making it look a bit cleaner.
You keep working on that, man. I gotta tell you, the problem is, the big problem is with Rolex now. It's so expensive, like $30,000 US. Do you realize what that is in Aussie? So those. Let me just put that into Aussie perspective, because Green Room needs a bit of sticker shock. Okay, 37,000.
Oh, I've gone through the shock. Let's hear it again.
Yeah, it's 50,000.
Yeah, Arch, let's hear it again.
50,000 Aussie. 37 US is 50 Aussie.
Yeah.
Sticker shock. Holy shit, that's expensive. You know what I mean? I don't think you realize how much money that is. 50,000 Aussie. Holy shit! Like my dream car, right? Like say a Lexus. I'd buy one under 50. Does that make sense?
Yeah. As you should.
You know what I'm saying? Like 50,000.
That's a lot of money.
That's
That's
not
a lot of money.
something to be sneezed at. I dreamed when I was younger. I dreamed of having 100,000. I thought that was so much money.
That's a lot of money just to get all in one lump sum.
Sure.
So there's nothing to sneeze at that.
Like,
Someone left you
50,
100
that-
grand.
mm.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, but you can spend it pretty quickly, can't you?
Oh, you could spend it in an afternoon if you wanted to.
Oh, slow
You could spend it
down.
in
What
this
the hell?
super chat. You could super chat
You
that
could
all
easily
right now.
spend it in an afternoon, Arch. What are you talking about? You see, you could spend it at a car dealership, at a jewelry store. It's done in like what, 2 hours? It's not smart, but you could do it.
Yeah.
Have you never seen Blank Check, Arch?
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Blank Check, that's the movie, is it?
Yeah, the Disney Channel movie. I don't know if Tommy or Green Room have seen it because they might be a little too young for it.
What's it
Sorry, what was the
about?
film? Sorry.
It's
I've
about a
never
kid
heard
that finds a blank check for $1 million, and then he just starts buying a bunch of crazy stuff. I think John Candy is in it. He plays his bodyguard. You guys have never seen Blank
Oh.
Check? Come on.
No.
People in the
Sorry.
comments, for sure, please. Mr. Macintosh, there we go. Yeah, he told his parents he was working as an internship for Mr. Macintosh, but that was just the name of his computer. Guys, come on.
Oh, I see. Great product placement there.
Yeah. Come on, dude. That was great. He bought a mansion. He bought a slip and slide.
And what happened once the what happens in the end then? Just
I think the guy whose check it was his money, like ends up finding the kid.
yeah.
And the cops come. It turns out it was like stolen money. I haven't seen the movie since the late 90s. It was a
Yeah.
Disney Channel movie.
And what happens then?
I think the guy gets arrested and the kid gets away with it. I think he gets to keep the house or something.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I think there was a Ferrari scene in there with a Testarossa. I could be wrong.
Shit. I love a
Nice.
good Ferrari scene.
Go check it out,
Mind
Arch.
you,
I want to see that
wouldn't get-
movie
you
you
wouldn't
keep
get
talking
much real
about.
estate in California. Which movie's that?
Oh, A Serious Man, the Coen Brothers
Oh,
movie.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, I went through like a Coen Brothers little movie-thon recently. I rewatched. Did they do The Big Lebowski? Was that the Coen Brothers?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
And then they did Fargo, and then they did
Yeah.
No Country for Old Men.
they did No Country for Old Men, and then they did that George Clooney movie that I can't even remember right now off the top of my head.
Yeah, they're quite out
Hail
there.
Caesar or something like that. Caesar something.
No.
The death of Stalin.
It's the one with John Malkovich where like they all work in DC. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, Burn Upon Reading or something like that.
John Malkovich, he was in. You know, he was in the. I don't know if you remember the movie in the 90s called "The Object of Beauty." Did you?
No,
ever
I don't remember that.
No.
Oh, see, you guys are too young. Okay, The Object. I'll just tell you the name. The Object of Beauty. So John Malkovich. Yeah, it's called The Object of Beauty. He plays this internet. It's got. It has got. I'll tell you who it's got in it. It's got. It's got McDowell. You know what's that girl's name? You know McDowell. The girl.
I think she was in Burn After Reading.
Yeah, Andy McDowell.
Andy McDowell.
Okay, and what happened is Malkovich was also in Mozart. You know, he played a really, really nasty Mozart. Do you remember that?
I do remember that movie.
Yeah, he was very sexually promiscuous. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a great scene, The Object of Beauty. He's an international currency futures trader. Okay.
Okay.
And what he does is he stays in beautiful hotels because he makes money in futures trading. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a futures trading. It's kind of like now you call him a day trader, but this was before day trading was a thing. Okay. And he made a few fuck ups. Okay. So he didn't have any money. And he's got this girlfriend who's kind of a corporate whore.
Okay.
Like she goes from rich men to rich men. Okay. And anyhow, what happens is somebody steals. She had this little statue, a Henry Moore statue. Somebody stole it. The cleaner steals it. Right. And then He can't leave because he can't settle the bill, but he says, I'm not leaving until you give me my statue back, right?
Okay.
And there was a great scene in it. He's got his American Express card. He pays for a restaurant in the
Mhm.
hotel, and he's praying, please, Jesus, let this card go through,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then what happens is he has a Cartier watch on. He goes to an upmarket pawnbroker to sell it because he's desperate for money, right? And his previous girlfriend had gone in there and put it on his account. So they took his Cartier and gave him £50 and said, remember that girlfriend who hadn't paid for the earrings yet? So he sold, like, it's just sad.
Okay.
Super chat.
Sounds like it. What was the name of the movie again?
The Object of Beauty.
Okay, The Object of Beauty. I'll have to check that out. I do, Archie, before you read this, I just want to say I do have to go, but I did want to mention to you, do you remember that movie License to Drive with the two Coreys?
No.
You don't remember that with the two Coreys? Corey Feldman and Corey Haim?
No.
Corey Haim is supposed to get his license because he's going to go on a date with Heather Graham, but then he fails his license test. So Corey Feldman kind of convinces him to steal his grandpa's car.
Oh, I see.
Go on YouTube, dude. You remember it was 1988. It was a classic Corey movie.
Okay.
I've been into a Corey kind of like movie-thon recently. But guys, check it out. It's a great movie. But I do got to go. I love you guys.
See you later, man.
All right,
See you
see ya.
later.
Bye,
See you
guys.
later, man. See you later. Movies, some good movies, you know that. Apprentice, $5, £2. Have you seen Dis Jorez AC3 rap? It's 3 minutes long. No, he's gone through a weird phase. You know, he got very angry. I think between you and me, we could be dealing with somebody with some mental health issues. I don't mean that to poke fun at him. I'm just telling you honestly, something's not 100%. And
Speaking of mental health issues, I've got the faction chart. I've made it a bit cleaner.
okay, bring it up.
if you
I
ever-
like
you
your
wanna have a
room,
look
by
at
the
it,
way.
or,
Jesus Christ, I love the room. Thank
Yeah,
you.
painted the walls white. Hang on, let me just try and share it.
Yep, I'll bring it up.
Share.
Porky's. I love the Porky's movies. You betcha. And you know the funny thing is, in Porky's movie, it's that girl from Sex in the City. She was the one they wanted to see in the locker room. You know that? Here we go. Da 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 da. Oh, that's looking good. AC3, Bear, Timely, Suckerhorn, Timepiece Fun, ABC, Green Room, Sard, Sirocco, Burbing Hard, Blue Shirt, and Tommy. Then we've got Dis, Marcelo, Diego, Austin. Marco's got JJ, Mr. GMT, Wizard, and Cars and Chrono. Tim Wright has got Lolex. Now, could you please, I think what you need to do is draw a pink line linking Tim Wright to us. We've got an allegiance.
Pink line.
A pink line, like a pink rope, you know? Yeah, pink rope. Yep, that's it. Pink rope. Joining AC3 to... Yeah, that's right there. Just go through there. Yeah, we're going to join up there. There's also a red line. So we'll use pink. And just put a red line for Marco and Austin. They're kind of linked up. Those guys there, they're kind of linked up. Red line between Marco and Austin. I think they're on the same side there. And, oh, you're using pink. No, don't use pink. You want to use red because that's our enemy. Enemies. We got to use red. That's right, red. Like a lipstick red. Thank you. That's right.
Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
yes, the red. Oh, why isn't it changing color? I don't understand that. Well, it's near enough. That's okay.
You know Wizard's streaming right now?
Yeah, well, I don't understand. He's got, what's wrong with the wizard? I thought he was I don't understand what he's doing.
I don't either.
He's kind of I look, he's I don't know what to say, It's kind of I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. 14 people on there. Holy fuck, it's bad.
How's it going?
It's just
Who cares? Come to Archie's stream.
exactly. I don't know what to say, man. It's kind of sad, Like I like the wizard. He's it is what it is, The wizard, I got to be honest with you. He hates plastic. He hates plastic. That's for sure. Oh, we've got plastic. Yes, thank you. Apprentice 500, £2. Have you seen Dis? Oh no. Dis is a he's a bit delusional, that Dis at times. Omar, $2. See, that Arch using MS Paint was a good idea. Yeah, look at that. I love it. I really do love that. That's looking cool.
Wow, he deleted the comment.
Oh, and he's timed me out as well. That's okay. Look at that.
Are we sure Showcase isn't with on Team Tim?
Showcase is actually neutral.
Yeah, he's friends with everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's more Tim and me. Because remember, Tim visited Showcase. He went out of his way to visit him in New York.
Yep.
Whereas
right.
Pugsley didn't.
Because it's not like Showcase visited Tim. Tim visited Showcase, right?
Yeah, because he's not in London. Showcase is not in London. Like, London is huge. It's kind of like Sydney on steroids.
Yeah.
It's like Summer Bay and Yabby Creek. It's like the Yabby Creek of the Summer Bay. Did you ever watch Home and Away, Green Room?
No. Really,
You never
no.
watched it? Come on.
Home and Away? No, I didn't really. Never got into it.
You know Shane, he committed suicide. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I heard about that. He was a very popular guy back then, wasn't he?
Well, the problem is these actors become has-beens, don't they?
Yeah.
Here we go. $2. Archie, what do you think about ball watches? Garbage. Absolute garbage. Garbage, 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 garbage. There's nothing really good you can say about a ball watch, is there? Is there anything good about them?
Not that I know of.
No, not that I know of either. It's kind of disappointing. Green Room. What do you think the factions and the alliances, what do they say about us then? What does it say then?
Well, I just think you look at all the names from the
Irix
AC3
Guy.
column.
Irix Guy's on our side. Why is Irix Guy not?
Okay.
Why,
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well.
Producer Mark. Surely Producer Mark is on our side, isn't he? Why is he neutral?
RX guy there.
I would Showcase in Tim's camp. Yeah, put him in Tim's camp. Producer Mark. Oh, Clive. Clive is just nasty. He's not neutral. He's just nasty. Yeah, Clive is just yeah, he's neutral.
Are we just gonna keep him in neutral?
Yeah, he's just nasty. But It's look, I got to tell you guys, tell me this. What watch represents these guys? What do you think? Austin, it'd have to be a pre-ceramic. Tim Wright, he's got some beautiful watches. It'd have to be his Explorer. Marco would have to be that Batgirl. AC3.
Without question.
AC3.
Patek.
Yeah, possibly. And I got to tell you guys, what else is there in the watch world? Are you looking for anything else? What is the go? Tell me what the go is. Let's go and have a sticky beak and see what the situation is in the watch world. You know, it's kind of disappointing that the wristwatch world itself there, it is all consumerism. I mean, do you have to buy watches to be happy in watches? Tell me this.
Yes.
Is that what?
Yes.
What do you think?
I'll
Is that
go.
what it takes?
If you really like watches, of course you want to own them, right? So you have to spend.
Let's have a look here. I'm going to bring something up for you guys. So let's have a look what's hot at the moment. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to show you something I'm looking at the moment. Instead of going to the Houdinki, let's go to a blog to watch. That's kind of the... I know, I've spoken to Ariel. He's quite a nice dude. Let's have a look what's hot. So, because he gets all the hot reviews. Okay, so starters, this IWC, what do you think of it with the green dial?
I don't think that looks terrible. Bracelets are not for me, but I mean, it's
Look,
IWC.
you can see what they've done is they've just got an existing watch and put a green dial on it, haven't they? Green is trendy at the moment.
Yeah, a couple months back, all those green watches came out. Yep.
What do we got here? Out of order. Okay, that's a nothing. Micro crapper. G-Shocks, nothing exciting. These Tissot, what do you think of these Tissots here? By the way, it looks like I didn't get any more undone work. They obviously they got the undone Astro Boy. Fuck. Nobody could sell that sort of stuff, you know. It's just... By the way, the interesting thing about Undone is, you know, all the staff there are named after characters
From American Psycho.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. You got the Undone, the Dark Knight. Geez, they got a lot of crap, haven't they? Sponsored links. What do you think of these watch stands? Would you get one of these watch stands? Is that a... What do you think?
I wouldn't need it. I only have the
Yeah.
one.
They look nice, but do I need one? It's not.
Yeah, it's not
Maybe
that.
it's a
And
little bit
I
tacky,
prefer to have
perhaps.
it. I don't know if I really want it on a stand to photograph. It's not the most. Okay, so what do we got here? Dive watches in the desert. That's an interesting article. He's got this. What's this? Mont Blanc. That's just garbage. The mundane. Mundane. I don't know. Nothing really. So you
Nothing
have a
that
look
good.
at this here. Let me take you back to 1999. Can I? Can I take you back in time? I'm going to take
all right
you.
then.
Yeah,
Take
the
you back in
archive.
time. This is where I used to go a lot. Watchnet.com. This used to be the place. Watchnet. That was my first. This was my first kind of forum I went to, and they kind of stuffed it up. It's Watchnet. That was very popular. A very popular sort of posting here. People would sell things, and you could buy and sell. Talk good guys. They really stuffed this up. It was. Have you heard of this site, or have you guys never heard of it?
I
Never
never
heard of it.
have.
Never heard of it.
No.
Okay. So this was when I was into watches, this was the site. Watchnet was it, man. This was it. This was so that was probably my favorite forum, okay? This was Windows 95. Windows 95, okay? There you go. Then, so they had the trading post. Let's have a look at the trading post. So this is stuff under 5,000. Then they got the luxury time. That's over 5,000. So what's someone's... This is all their listings here. So look at... Holy shit.
I recognize that guy's name, Takoya. He
He's
sells
actually
on Rolex forums.
He's a dealer. He's a big dealer. He's
Yeah.
a big dealer. I've heard good things about him, to be honest with you.
Same. I know someone who bought a Patek from him.
Yeah. So you look at this here. There's quite a bit of stuff that's changing. This is on the forums. For sale. Let's have a look at this complete. Let's have a look what they're asking. Here we go. For sale, Rolex sub date. It's like mine. How much is it? Set price. Where does it mention the price? I thought the rules were you had to put the price in.
He's a banned user.
Oh shit! What does that mean?
Doesn't look good.
Okie dokie. Let's see what else is. Let's see what's good here. What's some interesting shit, guys? Give me some interesting shit. Oh, we've got a Patek Takua. See, that's that dealer. Okay. 5215. That's that really nice weekly calendar. Nice. Looks beautiful. It's a beautiful watch. Nice. Oh, look at that sexy strap. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How much is it?
It's like 46 grand.
46. Holy shit. That's,
That's crazy.
expensive, isn't it? I
That's
don't know what
US.
to say. I don't know what to say. What do you think of that?
Expensive.
That's kind of the market rate. I'll tell you another forum I used to go to. I got banned from this forum. Is Watch. So this is WatchNet. Time Zone. Have you guys ever heard of Time Zone?
I think I have actually in one of your old videos, but I can't be sure.
Okay, so the big thing was WatchNet. Actually, it looks crap. Okay. Oh shit. Was timezone. I think it's timezone.com. This was the big... Oops, I left off the T, so no wonder. Sorry, just let me fix this up. These were the big forums. So there was WatchNet and Time Zone. They were the... Oh, wasn't it coming? Here we go. Time Zone. Da-da-da-da! And this was the big forum. 20 years. Look at that. 20 years.
Gee.
It's actually more than 20 years, I think, because 20 years in ticking. They had a couple of good forums. This was more... They had a sales forum, but it was more... They had individual... Like if we look at the Patek forum... And you can just see it's dying, okay? It's dead because look at this. The last posting, okay? So these are kind of one post a couple days ago. You know what I mean? It's very, very...
29
very,
clicks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. Speaking of sad...
Oh, shit.
Look at that. Who was that? It was another name, actually. Look at that. I don't know how he did that, because there's someone else that came up. I got to tell you, this is pretty, this is kind of, this is where I used to go. This is where I used to be. This is where I used to go, guys. Time Zone forum. And they had a lot of good articles here. A lot of people wrote stuff in. I used to, what happened to me was I had a job where I could actually surf a lot. Do you like surfing, Tommy?
Surfing like the web?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's enjoyable sometimes.
So I used to go to work and just basically surf all day for a lot of...
Okay, yeah,
And that's
something to do.
I read a lot of stuff, read a lot of articles, and that's what I used to do there.
We could
Now-
have a quick look at those Omegas we were talking about yesterday or the day before yesterday on Luxuria. There's nothing else to do.
There's nothing else to do. We don't want to sound desperate there.
No, we're not desperate at all.
Luxuria. I'm just going to take a toilet break. This is the Omegas. Which Omegas were you looking at?
I'm not serious, just out of curiosity. Just
No. I'll bring it up. I'm just going to take a toilet break. I will be back. There's the screen. We've got it up on the screen. Oh, I didn't share the screen. Let's get that up now. Da-da-da-da. Luxuria. There we go, guys. There we go. Let's bring that up full screen. Oh, what happened to the other guy? We lost Tommy.
Oh no, I'll have to hold down the fort.
Could you hold down the fort for a
I'll
couple
hold down
minutes?
the fort.
Tommy's back.
Yeah, refreshed. I don't know why I did that.
I'll be back. Just 1 minute. I'll be back.
Go for it. What's up, Green Room?
Hey man.
So,
So
I was going to ask, what watches do you actually have? Because I forget now.
I just have one watch. I've got a 1600 Datejust.
Okay, cool. I only
that
have
I
one
got
too.
I got it from M&B Watches, which is a more of a vintage dealer in Dallas.
Nice.
I think there's someone else in chat that had bought from them. I think.
I think it was
they're really
Omar.
good
I
guys.
read that comment
Yeah, that's
too.
it. Yep, good memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a super chat. We'll get Archie to read it, but we'll read it twice. What do you think of Doxa watches? They invented the helium escape valve for watches and helped Rolex with theirs. Never heard of them.
Me neither.
Guys, we're sinking fast. I'm a bit flat. Not had enough caffeine today.
I was up all night last night.
Oh no! So what's the plan? Is to stay up the whole day?
Yeah, for sure. I got to push it.
Yeah, it's yeah, sometimes when you stay up, you can get really like awake and active, and you can just crash very quickly. I don't know if you're like that, but so you guys enjoying listening to the drilling sounds next door? Is that
I can't even hear it.
oh, you can't? Good. Okay, everyone, type 1 in the chat if you think Archie should get the gold sub. Type 2 if you're against it. I want to see what we think. Okay, here we go. Some people against, some people for.
It's a mixed bag.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Archie, we've just said into the chat room that type 1 if you think Archie should get the gold sub, and type 2 if you think he shouldn't. And it's very mixed, but we've got 3 super chats.
Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Here we go. We got that Russian guy, $5. What do you think of Doxa watches? They invented the helium escape valve for watches and helped Rolex with theirs. I hate Doxa. Garbage. It's gotta hurt. It's gotta be painful. I never really wanted a Doxa. Never, 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 never.
They look like shit.
Here we go. Humble Pine, $10. Just checked in, and what the fike? I have to be the toilet break sponsor? Some be it. There we go. And Thomas G, £2, €2. 1. Thank you, Thomas. Let me just say this to you guys. I want to say this to you. I took you down a memory lane. WatchNet and Time Zone. And you guys weren't very impressed. Can I ask you that?
No, we're Zoomers.
They're dead.
We're all,
You
we
see,
need,
the forums are dead like that. Those forums are dead.
we need shiny objects to keep us entertained.
The other
Shiny,
forum was
fancy
the Rolex
websites.
forum, where they hate my guts. They hate my guts. They're a bit jealous that I've done well without them. And I got to tell you, I never really liked Rolex forum. Rolex forum was where people would come on. Love the photo, Green Room.
Yeah, good.
Rolex forum was where people would come on, and what they would do is they'd always be revealing. I just bought a Submariner. I just bought this. It kind of gives you the shits after a while. The other forum I was on, let me tell you, I was in Turfers. Turfers! Okay, so Turfers, that stood for the Ultimate Rolex Forum. And then he forgot to renew the domain. Then it became New Turfers. New Turfers. And, you know, I kind of enjoyed that community. Okay? And it's kind of strange because what's happened is these forums, you know, do you want me to show you the Posh forum? I don't know if I should let you guys in. Do you want me to show you the Posh forum?
Let's do
We're
it.
not worthy.
Okay, now, guys, you're going to have to mind your P's and Q's and just be a bit. Just be careful. These people are a bit... Okay, I'm going to bring you in, okay? Just be careful. By the way, I have been banned from this forum as well, okay? They never got my sense of humor. Here we go, MJT, $8. Good to see Tommy and the Green Room holding down the fort. MJT, I love you. MJT, how are you going? By the way, MJT, he sold 2 watches. He sold his grenade. And he sold the grenade, and he also sold the grenade, and he also, what else did he sell? He sold something else. The root beer, solid gold root beer GMT through European Watch Gallery. That's in Melbourne. Shiny. And now he's actually, I just wanted to see how he was going. I'll see if I'll talk to him. This is Purist Pro. Okay, now this is for the elite. This is the elite. We've got Patek Philippe, and look at this. These are the Patek people. And I got banned here, by the way. I got banned.
You get banned in all these forums.
Yeah, they don't seem to have a sense of humor, but these people here are really, really rich. A guy got a 5196 for his birthday, 50th birthday. That's not a bad present. Platinum
Wow.
World Time, another.
That's beautiful.
Look at this. Look at this here. This is a perpetual calendar 5270. Look at that salmon dial, platinum, beautiful. 5070. Look at that 5070. Have a great weekend. Look at this. It's just some beautiful Tiffany dials. They seem to like putting dogs in expensive purses. Look at this. How's this for a disaster? Look at this. He whacked. Look at this. Look what happened after I pushed the door. I think there's a bit more to it. The hands came off. Look.
Jesus Christ.
And if you have a look at his photo, that top section popped up. So it must have been a very big jolt.
Hopefully Jamie doesn't do that.
No. And yeah. So that's a bit of a disaster there. These people, these are the super rich. They never really liked me. I could never fit in with them. I never could fit in. But that's the very posh end forum. Very, very. Look at this guy's collection. Look at these. These are people. What's he got? Look at that. How's that for a collection? Hey.
Jesus.
Amazing stuff. And this is just. I love that green. I thought that green. That's a Jean Rousseau strap. You know, that's a look. That's actually quite. I like the color on that.
That's great roll time. I love that.
Yeah, beautiful world time. So this is the posh people. These are where the posh people. Look at how's that for a photo? Look at that. Look at that for a photo. Paddock, 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 paddock. Look at that. How's that for a meetup?
These guys are like filthy rich.
Yeah, and that's exactly. They didn't like my sense of humor. Okay, can I look at this? I never seen this. A 5296 limited edition. Look at this. I never seen this. Look at that. I never seen that before. Because I had this watch. I had a 5296, but this is the limited edition with the 12. Look at that. Have you ever seen this?
No,
Amazing.
I didn't know they did a limited edition of any of those watches.
That was to celebrate the retailer. It was apparently to celebrate the retailer. And like you look at this here, these guys here are super. Look, they all go to the most. Look at this. That must. I don't even know where the hell this is.
It's probably Italy.
At Venice or something like that. Look at this. Look at this. That's a handicrafts. Look at that. He's
Wow.
got the cuff. I mean, these are rich people. Do you see that? I don't think they're poor.
Jesus.
Right? High Paddock fans, we had a record breaking. Look at this. This is his collection. Is that his collection? What the hell is this? Look, what the hell? Oh, this was a meetup. You see those enamel dials, right? This is enamel dial meetup. Do you understand? Do you have any idea how expensive that shit is? By the way, these clocks.
So if
you
you,
see this
if
clock?
you showed up with your Calatravas, they wouldn't let you in.
No.
Gee.
That's not. But see this
Tough.
clock? They're like $500,000
Jesus Christ.
because it's an enamel clock. Okay. I mean, these people here beyond rich. Do you understand? Beyond obscene money. It's kind of that's his boat. That's his boat there. See, he's just put a blazer. This is his yacht, his personal yacht. Of course, he's got a home time. You know, just sailing about. You know, oh, where do we go, Captain? Wherever we feel like today. You know. I mean, how much shit would you need to buy to get a paddock bag out of them? Tell me that. How much shit would you need to buy? You'd have to buy a bit, wouldn't you?
A shitload.
He's the moderator, Gordon Lau, so maybe they look after him. I think that's his helicopter or something he's got. Who knows? These people here are so wealthy. You see what I mean?
What's the cheapest helicopter in Brisbane?
Cheapest helicopter. You can get a Bell Ranger for there's some introductory helicopters you can get for about $100,000.
Get the truck.
Remember,
Just get the.
Any landing where you can walk away from in a helicopter is a good landing. Remember that. You know.
That's how you'll get you'll get respect from the ADs. You just fly down on the main street in a helicopter and walk into the AD.
Now you see this lady.
They might give you a Milgas.
You see this lady here. She's actually, her father owned Singer breweries in Thailand, like mega. He had this mega collection, mega wealthy. They're all a bit up themselves. The problem with these people, they're all a bit up themselves, to be completely frank with you. They get funny. They turfed me out very quickly, you know.
I want to see the jokes you made to get kicked out.
Oh, I just said to them, you know, I'll see if I can find it. Let me have a look.
No,
Super
looks
chat.
like yours.
I used to put some good I used to put some good links there. I just, you know, they just said that was my paddock. Look at that. I don't know why they banned me, you know.
Because you said you couldn't afford the pay?
The P was the platinum one.
Yeah.
You know, they get funny. You know, they get very. These guys here were just absolutely. That's the two different P's. There you go.
Wow.
They're kind of. I got to be honest with you. They're kind of. You know, they don't take humor well. These people did not take. Not many purists know Archie Luxury. He's a showman who likes to stir the pot. Not much horological substance can be found in his videos. Frankly, he is not someone worth discussing in this forum. Thank you. By the way, nice special edition. Well, who had a special? Yeah, they're not very friendly. You know what I mean?
They can fuck off.
They weren't that friendly. And I got banned here. You bet it's Paul Archie Luxury. No doubt about it. Hey, Paul. Okay, so then they banned me. They kind of they don't have much of a sense of humor. I kind of said, am I worthy of being here? I made a posting saying that I didn't go to private schools. Am I worthy to be here now? They didn't take it well, you know, because they're so far up himself, okay? And there was one forum I wasn't banned from, which I got to tell you is actually, I will join any forum that won't have me as a member, okay? I'm just going to bring this one up here. I think it's coming up. The Hour Lounge. Oh, where's it gone? Oops. I don't know what that is. The Hour Lounge. It's called the Hour Lounge. I used to be a member of that. That was a very good forum. It's a Vacheron forum. The Hour Lounge. This was a Vacheron forum. And I hadn't been kicked out of there yet because they're not quite as nasty as Paddock people, you see.
That's
I
good.
was in the Hour Club. I registered and Masons, you know, they use the fancy French words. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they were quite cool. They were quite cool. That's another forum I was in, the Hour Lounge. Yeah, the Hour Lounge. So, you know, I've been on a few forums, and they were a lot of fun. Oh, we got a super chat I missed. Did I get this one?
Yeah, it was a super chat.
AC3, Tim S, $5. AC3, in this scenario, you were banned for life from owning a Rolex or Patek. Can you sell back your stock for top market dollar? Which brand would you lose? Oh, AC3, in this scenario, you were banned for life from owning Rolex or Patek. You can sell back your stock for top market dollar. Which brand would you lose? Actually, that's a bloody good question. You know that? By the way, what the hell is that photo there, Green Room? What the hell is that?
Archie, this is not a photo, but in fact, live video. Ooh. These are my, I'll tell you this little story. These are my Rolex catalogs, right?
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
one of your videos where you stated that
They
you
wouldn't
can
give
just
me
go
one.
in and ask them. They'll give you this.
Yeah.
This is back in the
Yeah.
good old days where you could go in and get them for free.
Yeah.
And what I did was, like, I didn't have a bag or anything. And I was
Yeah.
in the city at the time.
Yeah, they normally give you a bag with one, but anyhow.
I got no bag. I went into almost every single authorized dealer in the city,
Yeah.
and I just got one for free. But the thing is that I had, as I said, I had no bag.
Yeah.
So the more ADs I went to and visited, the progressively more difficult it got, because I was entering the ADs with all these other ones, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like I had to hide them underneath my like my shirt, like my jumper,
Oh, I see.
and none of them noticed.
Yeah. Wow, that's
So,
an interesting story.
Yeah,
there,
there you go.
Green
That's my
Room.
story.
And what background is that? Where are you exactly, Green Room? This room looks actually artistically tasteful.
Oh, no, it's not artistic at all.
What is it? What is it? Tell us what the background is. That what is this? Look.
I think this is a map I got from.
Where is this? What room are we in? We're not in the green room. Where are we?
This is the green room. I just have a little
okay.
poster there. All right, you've all seen enough. Back to.
Okay, no worries. Thank you, guys. Now, let me tell you this story. Which one would I... So he says to me I could give up either Patek or Rolex. Fuck! Fuck! You know what? Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Fuck! I'm just trying to work out which one do I give up, Patek or Rolex. Far out. This is going to be hard. You know this? What would you give up? So I got 4 Rolex, and I've got 4 Rolex and 3. Sorry, 4 Pateks, 3 Rolex.
But if you were to sell the Pateks, as the comment says, you'd be able to sell it for the top
market price. Well, okay. Well, what else would I buy? That's a man. Ah! As much as it pains me, you know what I would do?
Tell us.
I'd have to sell the Rolex.
Wow.
Because I really love my Pateks. You know what I mean? I love them too much. So I'd sell the Rolex. Okay, so let's look at it. Let's look at the pricings there, okay? What's a 42 mil Polar worth in Oz? Green room.
I'm going to say above 15. I don't know exactly.
The Milgauss, what's a blue Milgauss? 15 as well?
Yep, 15, bit more than that, I think, maybe.
I thought they were worth about the same. The Explorer
Similar.
2, yeah. So that's 30 grand plus 20 for the sub. That's $50,000. 50,000. Okay, you know what I would do?
Hmm.
Look, I would say that's actually a bloody brilliant question. What would you sell? I think, okay, tell me this. Would it be wrong? Okay, it's got $50,000. I would like to get that. I'll just grab this. Just hang on one tick, sir.
Okay, let's listen in.
Oh, hello. Sorry about that. You're from Microsoft, is that right? Yeah, I got computers. What sort of computer problems do I have there, sir? Hello? That was a scammer. Hello?
Yeah, hey, we couldn't hear him.
He wanted me to install special utilities. We've got problems with your Microsoft computers.
Shit.
Scammers. You know what? I think I would buy... I think I'd buy... I want to get one of those Lollipop Omega Seamaster 300s. What do you think of that? You know that retro one?
That'd look good.
Yeah. So if we were to sell Rolex, we'd switch to Omega completely, or just one. Maybe you get a Grand Seiko. Maybe you do the bit here and there.
No, forget the Grand Seiko. I couldn't do that. I can't sell Rolex and buy Grand Seiko. I would buy the Lollipop. You know that retro Seamaster 300? You know, let's bring it up!
Yes.
Let's bring it up! Omega Seamaster. That's actually a brilliant question. Lollipop? I want the Lollipop. You know the Lollipop one I'm talking about? Actually, forget the Lollipop. You know what? Forget lollipops. You know what I'd do? They can stick that up their ass. That's big money, the lollipop. You know that?
Mm.
I would go for the standard hands one. You know that? Standard. Let me just
Yep.
bring this up on the screen for you guys to have a look at. I want to buy one of these. I show you what I want to buy. Show you. Here we go. It's the Omega Seamaster 300 on the bracelet. Okay? I reckon that would be that. So that would replace my diver, the subby, because I got 3 Rolexes I would sell, right?
Yeah.
Then what else I would get? You know what else I would look at getting? So I've got a 3-master, okay, Seamaster. What about the Bond, the sword hand? You know, the sword hand. The sword hand GMT, like this. These are actually quite cheap. What do you think of one of those? You know, they got the GMT.
I just don't like the hour marks.
They're cheap, but you know, they're incredibly cheap. Look at that. Incredibly. So I would buy the Omega Seamaster 300, that retro one. I would buy one of these. Okay.
Does the
And you know
blue
what?
Seamaster do anything for you?
You mean this one here?
Well, I mean, like the ceramic, the newer.
Actually, I tell you what, this white one looks amazing. Look at that. No? So I would say I'd get the...
I'm getting
the retro...
Hydronaut vibes from the bezel.
Ooh, that's scary. So I would say I would get the Lollipop Seamaster. I'd get a Seamaster GMT. And you know what else I'd get?
What? Tell me.
A Railmaster. What do you think of that? Railmaster 1957.
Yep.
I think they're a beautiful watch. That
Quite
would replace
expensive.
the Milgauss.
Just isn't Cove selling it for like 10 or 9, 8 or something? That's what I think he was asking. It's very cool, but what I don't like about it is that the polished, the bracelet, the polishing is on the outside of the outer.
Oh, I see. Not the inside. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the opposite to the
Right.
Milgauss.
Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm not. So, you know, the funny thing is, if I did this, so I get 50,000 for selling my 3 Rolex. These 3 Omegas, how much would they cost? Probably half that. 20,000.
Yeah.
I'd have 30,000 left over. The problem is, you buy this Omega stuff, it's never going to hold money like the Rolexes, is it?
No, certainly not.
Well, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But I tell you what, that was a brilliant question, Tim S. Whew. The brain, the cogs were turning, man. The cogs were turning. So we missed a few super chats, or that was it? Sorry.
That was it.
That was it.
I reckon
What
you
about
should.
this Gabriel Strausser. We didn't do Gabriel. Stop.
Did we? Oh, you didn't have anything to say. I didn't. But
Stop. We missed a few. We've missed a few.
Did we?
Green room, you're losing touch, man.
Oh shit.
Here we go. Ant G, Arch, Paddock 5227 or Lange 1815 up down white gold only dress piece in the collection. 100% go for the 5227G. It's got the hinged back. It's a beautiful watch. And you've already got that, Ant G, I think. No, that's another guy. Yeah, definitely the Paddock beats the Lange. However, if you're looking around for a deal, those Langes can be had for a bargain. They are actually bargains. Humble Pine, $10. Doesn't matter how much you have. Someone always has more. Just be happy. Oh, you are right, man. And Gabrielle Strasser, $5. Thank you, Gabrielle. And Gabrielle Strasser again. Pam Arch, Pam, 1240 Brabus for 42,000. Opinion. What the hell's a Brabus? A Brabus Pam. What is this? Do you ever heard of this?
No. Never heard of
I'll
it?
have to call this up. Just hang on. Thank you. Coffee and my roll.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need coffee.
You know that coffee's amazing. You know that the coffee. Let me just call this Brabus up. Let's see, have a look at this. What is this thing we're looking at? A Brabus. Pam, what? Can you give me the number, Tommy?
For what?
The Pam there. What?
Yeah, I see it.
What?
1240.
11. Sorry, is a 124? What number?
1240.
1240. And it was a Brabus.
Brabus, exactly. 46,200.
What the hell is that? Ah. Do you like that? No.
No.
You can't be serious, can you? Brabus, that's that. They're a Mercedes tuner, aren't they? Is that Brabus? You know, Mercedes, they're like an M. They're like Alpina to BMW. Except they're like Alpina to Mercedes. What is it? It's like a Carbotech, isn't it? Carbon fiber?
Actually, I reckon you should just post a link in the chat, see if anyone will join.
Sure. What do you think of this Brabus? I think it's
I just
46,000. You got to be joking.
40. Oh, okay, shit. Right.
I'd buy that gold Rolex. Wouldn't you buy the gold sub?
Why not?
I
Why
prefer
would
that
you
over
want
this.
I don't get it. Do you?
I don't.
Am I missing something? I don't understand this shit. Do you?
What's it made of? What's the case?
I think it's carbon fiber.
Super chat.
Super chat. Here we go. Super chat. I gotta say, for 46,000, that's the last thing I'd buy. Tim and Marco are dead to the community. $5. Have you ever considered the 5100? The Texan. Nobody on YouTube has one of those. Rolex 5100. Rare birds. This was the first quartz. The beta. These are actually quite valuable. They use the beta 21 movement. There we go. Look at that. What do you think of that?
I have not seen this before.
Yeah, they're early quartz. It's actually very unique. It's really unique. Old quartz can be dangerous because the circuitry doesn't last forever.
Look,
It's a
I
bit of a
really like
ticking
it.
time bomb. If it stopped working, you're fucked. That's the problem. Do I like it? It is nice in its own way. These came out in 1962. Sorry, these came out in 1966. The first prototype was the Beta 1. Was produced in 1969. Then it became the Beta 21. It's the final year of production. Sorry, this
Super
watch
chat.
was released in 1970. Reference 5100. There was only 1,000 made. All solid 18-karat gold. And each with a limited number engraved on the side of the case. Wow. Amazing.
That looks good. The quartz, still cool.
In 1972, Rolex ceased production of them. Amazing. So 1970 to 1972. Do I really want one? Not really. Tim and Marco are dead to the community. $5. Look at the bracelet. I got to tell you, the bracelet looks... I don't think that sort of... I don't think it's something I'd really want. Do any of you guys want one? It's cool.
It's very cool. But it's not hyped. It's not hyped.
Yeah, I don't know if I really want one, but
I wouldn't want it, but I think it's cool to look at.
it's like that Chrysler turbine car. Remember the Chrysler turbine car? I mean, it's cool to look at, but do you really want to own it?
No.
It is amazing, but very early quartz. I gotta tell you guys, I don't think I want one. But it is quite fascinating. It's fascinating. Tell me this, Tommy.
What's up?
You've got your...
Batgirl?
You've got your own business yourself. You had a consulting business, I hear.
Oh, in the chat? No. So it's still kind of a long story. Some guy said maybe you want to interview me. I could say it now, but I don't want to take too much time.
That's okay.
All right. Well, in college, I went to, it's called Bentley University.
Yes.
I met a lot of international people there, Dubai and all this stuff. And I really wanted to start a business. So I was watching movies to get inspiration. And I watched this movie called War Dogs. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've seen War Dogs. That's where they had the Louis Vuitton keeples. Did you know that? To carry the gold bars out.
I didn't know that. I wasn't looking at the bag brands for that.
Sorry, maybe that's why I missed a great business opportunity and I am where I am.
Yeah, so I started, with some friends to try to do what they did, but without selling Chinese crap. And right away, that was obviously not going to happen because, FedBizOps is supposed to be a website that anybody can submit on, but they already know who they want to win. You can't win that way.
Yeah.
So I was looking for other ideas, and we started thinking we could find, people who need stuff and people who can supply it and put them together for a fee without getting cut out, with contracts. And we were going around and we met this person who worked for a company called Kingdom Special Ops. And we got very close with this guy. I think he was like former, military US, it was just, very in the know guy in this space. And he, with us, we were able to meet with a company called Verser, who had just secured a contract with the Kingdom, Kazakhstan and the Slovak Republic, I think it was, the Ministry of Defense of those countries. And they had all this old Russian stock. It was like hundreds of millions of ammo, guns, tanks, helicopters. I think I still have the spreadsheets on my computer of all the stuff that we were allowed to sell, and it was crazy. So then my job was to contact, countries that could take that Russian, Soviet Union stock and use it, legally, of course, having the EUCs and all this junk. So that's what I did for a while. And I ended up selling that in 2018. And then I started another business with those people, but I had to leave pretty quickly because my dad had a health thing. But
you sold it for $100 million?
I wish. Not that much, but it wasn't bad either. It wasn't bad. That's how I got that car,
Was it more than 10 million?
So when I sold it, no, but there were some contingencies of deals that I worked out with, that from past stuff that I had worked on before I left. And all of that together, it equaled a decent amount, I don't know if I should say everything, but
No, it's okay.
it
Don't.
was
That's okay.
it was really cool,
You're
though.
comfortable, substantial.
So
do you
yeah,
ever have
but
to work again in your life?
probably because I'm only 22. It depends how much I spend, Arch. If I was frugal, then I probably don't. But I like, nice things, but I try to be responsible. I still am going to get a normal job and work out, but this is just
Can
a
I
peace
ask you
of mind.
something?
Sure.
Because I must admit, Tommy, you're pretty good. You're helping me get a business deal done. And I said to Bear, no, Bear said, no, he wants to help you. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Because you came in, another person, I'm not going to name him, but he basically said, you're a bit of a stalker, stay away from you.
JJ.
I don't want to name names.
You already named names the other day.
And I got it just very quickly. Let me grab this one here.
Go for it.
Richard Sose. Richard, I've got a Sose Brothers video coming on some watches. So just stay tuned, Sose boys. Tell us what you think of the new Omega chronoscope. Pull it up and have a look. Yeah, we actually were discussing this the other day. I've got to tell you honestly, I think it's actually it's a pretty cool type of watch. I don't know if it's really my cup of tea. This was an old it's an old I remember the Omega Chrono Stop. Remember the Chrono Stop? That was that was like a chronograph that would just had the second hand. Like that's what I remember. So that was that was cheaper than a chronograph.
Okay.
I remember those. That's the Chrono Stop. So they're using, this was actually a chronoscope, which they've reintroduced, and it's a very vintagey feel to it. And they've put it into a Speedmaster case. It's 2 Reg chrono. To be honest with you, I like it. I do like it because I like a 2 Reg chrono, but they're going to be expensive. And I like my Omegas cheap. I like my Omegas cheap. I don't like to pay full whack because Omega, they release so much shit. And then you find a lot of this stuff they release doesn't hold its own. It falls. So I think it's a beautiful watch. Personally, I'd buy the Icon. I reckon the watches I like in Omega, I've got the big box 1861. I think that's a good watch. I like the first Omega in space. I like the Broad Arrow from the 2000s. I think they're relatively a good. They've actually gone up a fair bit. But this chronoscope, I like it. I like it. That's what I actually really do. What do you think of it?
I would
Tommy?
never buy it, but I actually do like how that looks.
So
There's a lot of things I like I wouldn't buy, but it does look good.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful watch. I don't know if I'd be paying full price for it, but it is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous watch. And I got to be honest with you, the best thing about it is? You know what the best thing about it is?
What?
It's not a bloody Rolex. That has to be worth something.
Yeah.
So I like it. I like it. That's for sure. I really do like it. I'd want a deal. I've always somebody who wants a deal. The Pine Barren, $20. Arch, do you get your watches serviced on a fixed schedule regardless of how much it gets worn? Good to see you all tonight. That's a good question, Pine Barren. Look, I generally so I got to be honest with you. Most of the time I was churning watches. I'd have one and churn it. This is the first time I've really said, you know what, I'm actually pretty happy. So with my watches, the 2 complicated Pateks I've had serviced by Patek. I'd probably take all my Pateks to Patek. That's what I hope to do. at the moment, I like to get them serviced in Singapore. It's a bit cheaper because the tax you can claim back. So that's kind of where I find I'd like to get them serviced in. There's no travel at the moment, so I can't really do that. But I honestly, I get them. I'd like to. I think as long as you get them serviced once every 10 years, you should. The sub was new, so that doesn't need servicing for a number of years. It's probably coming up to service, same as the Speedy. That's only a year old. I had the Reverso service. That was done by Vintage Watch Co. because JLC can be pretty damn expensive. The two watches I'm going to get serviced, probably the next one would be the Explorer 2 because it's a 2013 or 2012, so it's getting a bit. It's coming up to needing a service, so that's probably the next one I get serviced. Okay. So
Good question.
do I have a fixed? No, I basically look at them and say, what is coming up? If it's leaving too long, I think you want to do it at least once every 10. They say 5, but I kind of stretch my intervals a bit.
Super chat.
Super chat. Here we go here. SR Bell 67 $2. Arch, when was the last time you've been with a woman? Oh, that was about. It's actually about 13 hours ago. But I got to tell you, SR Bell, I don't mind swinging right either way if the right watch was on the deal, on the table. And I got to tell you, some of these lady boys, if I was drunk enough, you could probably get away with it. I'm a bit fearful, but I'm a bit fearful. I'm not scared of sexuality. I'm not fearful. I don't mind if someone's gay, lesbian, transgender, or what. I don't really have a problem with someone's sexuality. It's like I don't really care what color someone is. It doesn't really make them any different. I recognize myself as transgender bi.
Same.
You just said you think yourself as transgender bi?
I identify as transgender bi. Now, Tommy. So, you know what, Tommy, how old are you now?
22.
Holy fuck.
I'll be back in a minute.
It's okay. Tommy, my advice to you, right? I don't know how rich you are, right? Super Rodent, $2. AC got a pristine Rolex 6694 for 2,000. Will be a gift. 6694. That's a manual wine oyster date. I know that watch well. That was the #1 selling watch in Hong Kong and Singapore in the 80s. Basically, it's a manual wine date Rolex. It's quite a unique model. They were 34 mils and they had a 19 mil strap, the same bracelet that goes on a 4-digit Daytona. Yeah, they were kind of the entry-level Rolex. They were the cheapest Rolex you could get. And it had a date, so it kind of was a useful Rolex. Very, 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 very popular. Simple movement, simple watch. I actually like them. And I had a boxed one. I've owned one myself. I do actually quite like them. Tommy, I want to ask you something. You're 22 years old. Okay, you know what my advice to you would be? Third. I would put. I don't know how much money you got, but it doesn't really matter if you've got a substantial amount. I would say, I would put a third of it into real estate.
Okay.
Whether it's an apartment or a house, or maybe an apartment, a house, and an investment property.
Okay.
I'd put a third into the stock market.
Okay.
I wouldn't be a single stock picker. I think that can be quite dangerous. It's gambling, really. Like you look at something like GE, that was a very strong stock, and it's kind of had the stuff. Like even a Vanguard, across the market investment, you can buy those kind of
You mean index
diverse
funds? You want index funds?
index fund, exactly.
I agree completely. That's what Warren Buffett
And I would
says
put
to
a
do.
third. What I would do is, this is a very important part to your life.
Mhm.
I would put a third into business or interests. Let me explain further. Okay? Let me explain that further to you. I wouldn't put that money in buying a shop or something like that.
Mhm.
When I say a third, I'd put a third into, like, so say you like watches,
Sure.
okay? Or say you like luxury goods, right?
Yeah.
Actually, let's just come back to that. Let's just do MJTs. MJT, $8. If AC3 was a billionaire at 35, what city would he live in, and what would the average week look like? Of course, single and no kids. Oh, look, I can tell you that exactly. If I was a billionaire, and for starters, I don't think you need to be a billionaire. I think 30, 40, 50 million dollars is probably more than enough money. Okay, well, maybe 100 million would be good. Look, where would I like to live if I was a billionaire at 35? Fuck me dead. Hong Kong, Singapore. Hong Kong or Singapore. Actually, why don't you have a home in both? Hong Kong, international city. Singapore, international city. They're both very clean. Actually, Singapore's probably the better. If you were a billionaire, I'd tell you what you do. You'd have a couple of residences. When I say you'd have a couple of apartments. If I was a billionaire, I would have, because I'm from Brisbane, I'd have a base in Brisbane. And I'd probably have a unit, because you can lock a unit up and fuck off. Okay?
Sure.
I would have a unit in Thailand. I'd have one in Bangkok, because I like Bangkok. I'd have a unit in Singapore, a unit in Hong Kong. Okay? Basically 4 residences around the world, and you can basically go between them. I prefer unit because you can just lock up. You don't have a yard, or you don't have to have security problems. A unit you can just lock up and go, particularly if you're young and single. And I would probably, what I'm going to say to you is Tommy,
Mhm.
as humans, it's very important to us. We're like ants, okay? Our personal opinion, our psyche, right, is based on us working and contributing to society, right? We want to work, okay?
Mhm.
Like, you meet someone, you go to a barbecue, people say, oh, what do you do? Right?
Yeah.
They're not trying to be friendly. They're trying to work you out in the pecking order of things.
For sure.
Okay? So for a man, your job is really important. Your job, profession is really important. For a lady, it's more so her looks. Okay, so when a man looks at a lady, he's just making 2 decisions. Yes or no.
2 decisions?
Yeah, yes, I'd fuck her, or no, I wouldn't fuck her. Okay?
That's true.
This is primal, right? Now, that doesn't mean you want to fuck everyone you see in the street, but I'm just telling you honestly, this is how it works. So for a man, your identity is really important, okay, what you do. I've had depression. Money doesn't necessarily make you happy. Money solves a lot of problems and gives you choices, but it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't give you happiness, okay?
I agree.
Things don't necessarily make you cool or sexy. Admittedly, you do look more sexy climbing out of a Ferrari than a Pinto. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But you look at Marcelo, okay? He's got a meteorite dial, and he's also got a Smurf, but he doesn't make him cool or he's still quite silly in many areas, you see? not to criticize the guy, because he's got his own problems, okay? But what I would do is, let me tell you this, okay? And this is where this is why I like what I do, okay?
Mm-hmm.
See, I worked for myself since I was 15. I basically started selling computer shit, okay? I always loved computers. I was never that really good at maths, but I always liked computers. I like playing with technology, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, Tommy. You know these bullshit stories here you told me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you went and looked at a movie. Don't ever discount that. I got a friend of mine who's a multimillionaire. And I said, how did you fucking make so much money? What's one thing about this business in the watches, you're generally talking to people who aren't that poor.
Sure.
Because a lot of these things are fucking expensive. So this guy, he had a Lamborghini. He bought my annual calendar. That's the guy I sold it to. I said, how did you do so well? And he said to me, he used to buy and sell boats in the Trading Post. That's a newspaper that came out. He used to buy and sell boats. He'd buy a boat in winter when nobody wanted it. He would sand it back and paint it and have it ready for summer. Does that make sense? He'd do it up and sell it.
Mm-hmm.
This was when he was in high school. That's a pretty clever business, isn't it?
For sure.
You buy it when they don't want it. They're putting it away. They say, oh, let's sell it off. And then in summertime, people want to buy it. It's already been painted. It's all had all the work done. You sell it for a premium.
Yeah, you just time the market.
And then what happened is he started thinking, the boats is okay. Then he went to a police auction and he bought a few bits at a police auction.
Okay.
Then he sold them for 5 times what he paid.
There you go.
And I said, shit, that's amazing. And what they were hydroponic shit
Okay.
to grow tomatoes.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying, don't you?
I don't know much about hydroponics or anything, but
Okay, to basically grow plants inside. A lot of people do that for weed and shit.
Oh,
like
okay,
that,
okay. That makes sense.
But you can also do it. There's nothing illegal in having the hydroponic equipment. But anyhow, I'm just telling you the story, right? So what you have as a small business, that idea was the stimulus which made him very wealthy man. So you never, these small ideas, like I had a business selling computer shit. The first thing I ever sold computer-wise was a 30 meg hard disk. I can still remember. It was an ST238R. That was a Seagate 30 meg hard drive for an XT computer.
Okay.
And I used to sell them for $450 with a controller card. So you could have a twin floppy computer and you could put a hard disk in it and then you could boot up from your... It was a cool thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I got to tell you, Tommy, what you need to do is yourself, right? This is what I would do if I were you.
Okay.
Like for me, what do I want in life? Okay, what do I want? And the answer is, I actually like watches, right?
Yeah.
But look at this. I like watches. I like travel. So, see, what I don't do is, you look at it this way. You got to have a tax-effective solution. See, what I do is, because I like watches, there's not much in Brisbane. Brisbane's sort of Hickville, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's in Singapore, Hong Kong, Bangkok. That's where watches are huge.
Yeah.
So, because I travel and I make YouTube videos, those airline tickets are tax deductible.
Okay.
Because I'm getting content, you see?
That's
so
smart.
I want to travel and it's a tax deduction. So I'm using pre-tax dollars to pay for my travel. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, it's smart.
Also, I like cameras. So if I buy a camera equipment, it's technically helping me improve the quality of my present. So that's also a tax deduction. So what I would say to you is, you want to have something, you want to have a business, even if it's a hobby business or it's a business, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You want to run it. Like what I'm trying to say is, say you said, look, I really like watches, okay? It can be a hobby, but as a hobby business. When I say hobby, you've got to do things, you got to try and make money. Any idiot can just pay retail. Well, actually, now the market is so different, we wish we could pay retail. But what I would say is, you've got to try and be clever. A lot of really rich people, that's what they do. They collect things that don't go down. Like, for example, buying cars may not be the most sensible. Like buying a Ferrari or well, actually, they can do okay. Believe it or not, they can actually do it. But what I'm trying to say is trading your car every year is silly.
Of course.
You're better off to say, you know what, let's get a normal car. Like, I don't know the American market, but that Tesla seems pretty... Okay, it's expensive, but it's not ridiculous like an S-Class or a Ferrari. You know what I mean?
And it's electric, so you save a lot on the gas cars.
Exactly. So, but I would say is if you really like watches, I would do research. Like if you set up a... I don't know the tax situation in America, but for me... My libraries, that's a full tax deduction. I buy so many books a year. That's a tax deduction because I need that for the knowledge.
It's part of the hobby and the business. Yeah, it makes sense.
Exactly. So there's no point. I tell you what, I never want to have two things I never want to have in life. I never want to have a lease, like a premises I have to lease, like a shop where I'm stuck like a slave coming in.
Sure.
I don't ever want to have a lease on a premises for a business.
Yeah.
And I never want to have staff in the Western world.
Yeah, paying them too much.
Because payroll costs will kill you in the
Exactly.
West. Now, if I was in Thailand, if I was in a cheap country, I would have staff because staff is relatively low cost.
Yeah, cheap, yeah.
But because I'm in the Western world, it's just not feasible. Now, I would say for you got to look at things and say, what makes me happy? Like say you say, well, I like watches, I like luxury sort of shit. Well, how do you become an expert in that? There's a thing, the 10,000 hour rule. And what it basically, the premise is, if you spend 10,000 hours on something, you usually become an expert in it. Now, that could be violin playing. It could be... if you were a mechanic and you spent 10 hours learning this car, learning how to fix this car, generally after 10,000 hours, you should be pretty good at it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's a good rule.
So you've got to say to yourself, what would make me an expert and what do I want to be an expert in, right?
Yeah.
Now, the thing is with watches, if you wanted to be an expert in watches, you'd say, okay, how do I become an expert? You say, right, you need to buy the books. You need to establish a library. You need to learn these things.
Yeah.
And the other side of the coin is, too, you can also buy inventory. You can buy some stock. You could say to yourself, if you don't have, you could say, how do I get stock? You could possibly start a small business to buy watches. You could possibly you've got to try and make these things happen. And you would say, okay, what can I do? What can I do to get this? And you've got to think outside the square a bit. You're pretty good at that anyhow. But I would say you want to try and do something which is an interest. Now, if you were into watches or luxury goods, you could then fly to Hong Kong. That would be a tax deduction because you're looking for stock, looking for purchasing. You understand what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you mean with the hobby and the business.
Yeah. Now, what you don't want to do is have big premises, which, if you're not careful, you can have huge overhead, which kills you. You can technically be very, very big in watches. I got a friend of mine who buys and sells watches. He's got over $1 million in inventory.
Wow.
He doesn't have a shop. He's a collector. He's not ready to sell. He's buying. He flips. He changes pieces over, but he keeps buying more than he sells. Now, he's made mistakes. Of course, everyone... If you don't make mistakes, that means you're not churning over enough.
Yeah.
You're too risk
conservative.
Adverse.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, honestly, it's funny. MJT says, if you had $1 billion, where would I live? I think you find these really, really rich people, they normally have 3 or 4 residents. So what you'd normally do is you'd time it so that, like Brisbane, it's too hot in summer. So you don't really want to be in Brisbane in summer. You'd want to be here in the spring and autumn. That's when it's nice. Singapore and Hong Kong, they're always hot, okay? Because it's close to the equator sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it doesn't. It's always kind of it's always like that. So you kind of time where you are depending on where you want to be. Hey, green room.
Hey, sorry.
You have two
back now.
super
That's
chats,
okay.
by the way, Arch.
Super chats. Let's have a look here. Da 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 da. Here we go. Grail Gabrielle Stracer, $5. Arch, that Brabbius is hideous. I just wanted to know if we are on the same page. Looks like a Hublot, but look up the 1243 Elam. I did get that. Okie dokie. Let's have a look at this. So that was the Pam. What number was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. What was it?
1243. 1243.
1243. Yeah, that's quite nice. That actually, it's retro. It's a Radiomir. Yeah, that's quite beautiful. But that'd be a fraction of the price. That'd be quite. How much are these? How much are these? Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
I like that shade, that color.
Yeah, it's got that kind of faded out. You know, that chocolatey. Let me just have a look before we jump to conclusions, because if it's expensive, I'm not gonna say I like it. You know, I'm a value shopper, very much value shopper. I'm just trying to find the price of this thing. Let's just type in. I just type into Google the price. What's the price of this thing here? 11,000 Aussie. Yeah. What's that? 7 US. Yeah. Just under 8,000 euro. It's not cheap, but it's not ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's okay. It's got that vintagey look. I quite like it. I must say, I actually really like it. I think it looks really nice. It's actually nice. It's really nice.
It's a tapestry dial, a bit like.
Yeah, it's kind of like an aged, a patinaed sort of dial, faux patina. You know, faux. Here we go. UBA Chilwea, $10. The VC Everest is more desirable than any Rolex sports watch. I'm happy to see it. I think Rolex may get some competition. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest with you. The Vacheron Everest, that's that new one with that special. I don't. It's part of the overseas line. I don't know if it's that special.
I'd prefer my watch to that, but I think that looks nice too.
You know what? Does Vacheron have any real claim to Everest? Like Rolex has got a bit of history. This reminds me of some of the Royal Oaks. Remember they did the Royal Oaks? They had different editions. That's what that kind of reminds me of. I kind of think we've been there before with AP. But so let me say this to you, Tommy. That's what I would try and do, is have a business with things that you like. You got to work out, what do you like? I don't know. You know, maybe, like, for example, let me give you an example. Say, I don't know what works for me. What I like, you may not like. You may really like vintage Alfa Romeos, or you may like vintage Ferrari, right?
Ooh, F40.
Well, the F40 is kind of, that's a more
Not
modern.
vintage, but I like it.
Yeah, so you got to work out, how much money do you have? What would it cost to learn? See, the thing is with watches, you can buy inventory for $10,000. You can buy books. The keys to entry are not cost prohibited. Say you said, I liked helicopters. Well, realistically, to have a helicopter business, you'd really need to have several $1 million.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It's all relative. Say you wanted to really like photography. Photography is actually cheap because you can buy top line camera for sort of 5,000, like a Nikon D850 or the Canon Mark 5D Mark III, things like that. You can get those cameras. The lenses are expensive, but for put it this way, 30,000 in camera equipment, you could have an amazing setup. Right?
Oh, yeah.
In watches, 30,000 doesn't. It gets you some nice stuff, but it doesn't get you an amazing ensemble.
Oh, no.
So you got to work out what it is you like, and sometimes you might pick something that nobody else really likes. You got to be careful. Don't ever be blinkered into thinking what you like is always
in demand. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like antiques have gone soft. Antiques have gone very soft. I don't think it's fair. I never said it was fair, but I kind of used to love antique, nice, beautiful, solid furniture. People don't seem to love that,
Hmm.
you know. It's kind of like, I think there's opportunities. If people don't love it, it'll come back. These things are always cyclical, you know. But maybe not, maybe so. I think the houses. The problem is what's happened is housing has become so expensive. They don't have the
Mm.
room to put big, elaborate antiques. And
Yeah.
I remember years ago, I really wanted a roll top desk. The problem is with computers, you got to run cables. How do you do that? So they're kind of not wanted because they're not computer friendly.
Hmm.
You see what I mean?
This
So
is if I could just say this is not the whole story, but uh, what's one reason that that gas prices dropped below zero? The cost the cost of storing the stuff. You know, that's
yes,
one of the reasons. The
yes,
cost of guarding and protecting the stuff, the security fees. I mean, there's of course like another 100 reasons why, but that's just one of them. I'm just saying.
100% right.
Yeah.
And so I got to tell you, it's also, you know, I think also
Oil
you got to be a
prices.
bit. I'd be a bit careful who you get to manage your money, Tommy.
For sure. I've been
Because-
trading stock since I was 12, so all my stuff's in stock market now, in index funds and other funds like that. No individuals really.
Yes.
A couple blue chips, but that's just a small amount.
Hey,
But you're
Saad,
right.
how are you?
Ooh, sad.
Hello.
So
Hello.
What's up, man?
I would say, look. It's a very. The funny thing is, you look at some of these celebrities, right?
Sure.
I always look at David Cassidy. He was the Partridge Family, right?
Mhm.
And he had more fans than the Elvis Presley fan club and the Beatles fan club.
Jesus.
And he had to declare bankruptcy. How the fuck did that happen? Now, he was a bit of an alcoholic, yes. And he claimed he had dementia, but they reckon it wasn't really dementia. It was just his alcoholism.
Oh, yeah. Blackout. Yeah.
I got to
well,
be
you know,
honest with you.
alcoholism can really accelerate dementia and turn it into a type of dementia on its own. I think.
Yes.
Blackout.
I
Yes,
work
that's
with a lot of actually. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's a fair point. Fair point, Green Room. Very quickly, Kermite Frog, $2. Working hard, Arch. Get solid gold. Man on the moon. JK, thank you. I got to tell you, I think the thing is for you, I would probably say third, or quarter. Real estate, shares. Look, you got to work out your mix.
Yeah.
Real estate, shares, maybe cash and gold, a little bit of having some real gold.
Yeah.
And
It's always good to
maybe
diversify.
a business, like a business hobby, become an expert in that. You don't want to waste your time just having drinking and having harlots all day.
I would never do that. No.
You know, it's easy to do. I know people who've gone down that route. The thing is, you got to work out what hobby is it you want, you know, and if you've got money, you can do that, you know. I think the biggest danger is, Tommy, in America for you, the biggest killer is divorce.
That's a
You've
good
gotta
point.
be, if you've got money, you have to be extremely careful about who you had relations with, because
You're right.
a lot of these states here, once you have kids and that, the prenups may not stand, and there's all sorts of
You're right about that.
dangers. Sorry?
No, you're right about that. Absolutely.
And if you're really rich, I'd almost say to you, you're better off to have a wife in a different country. And
Yeah, I mean,
don't bring her to America.
Even before college, I've had the same girlfriend for 6 years, and her family's way better than my family in terms of money. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, no, what you're saying is absolutely, good advice if you are already have money, right? And then you meet the person, because then you don't know why they're there.
Exactly. But Tommy, you got to decide what things you like to do at 22, you know. There's some amazing, the world has many beautiful things to collect and to chase and hunt down.
Got to discover what your inner king truly desires.
Exactly.
Someone,
Green
someone.
Room. What things would you do, Green Room? Well, you've got a paid-off plaid. You've got some share market investment. What would you
Share
do?
market investment.
Yes. You got your super invested, haven't you?
No, I took my super out. I didn't have much to begin with, but when we had the opportunity to take it out,
Yeah.
I took it out. From a certain point of view, I really should have kept it in, but I really wasn't much to begin with.
Yeah. It's probably good to... I took a bit out too, Green Room.
Yeah,
That's why I bought a paddock with it.
fair enough. I think it's just better for me just to have personal control over that money now. It might be a good experience for later on, so I can have a go at.
100% Green Room.
I don't like. Well, yeah, I've made my point. So.
Green Room, that's true. I got to tell you, what a great position to be in, Tommy. And you're a stalker? Tell me that.
Well, I don't even know really where that came from, Arch. The only thing I've ever done, even remotely close to that, was when I had my internship at the Department of Justice. That was the only time. And that was with the government.
Yes.
I was just going to mention, I said the term inner king.
Yes.
Someone on the stream, I don't know if it was a super chat or someone in the chat, recommended a book called Iron John. And I wound up listening to the entire audio book on YouTube, and I just thought it was fantastic. Iron John.
What's it about?
It's about men.
Okay. Just very quickly, Tommy, I wanted to ask you, someone sent me a question to ask you. You know the CEO of Chase Manhattan Bank?
I don't know. It was a weird story. So he almost died, right, from this heart thing or aortic thing. I don't know anything about that. He almost died from something he didn't know he had.
Your dad was CEO of Chase Manhattan?
No. Jamie Dimon. You know Jamie Dimon?
Yes.
Yeah, he had that, right?
Okay.
And he almost died. And my dad has the same thing. So through my mom, who used to work in the finance field, was able to reach out to him. And he actually gave them his private number. They're not longtime friends or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I don't know him. I've never talked to him or met him. But he actually did.
Is there a what story with Jamie Dimon? Tell me this.
Not that I know of. I have no idea.
Okay. So your dad is friends with Jamie Dimon?
No, not friends. He told him, that who he should see for a doctor, and it worked out great. My dad's doing good now.
I see. He's an American billionaire businessman. He's a chairman and chief executive of J.P. Morgan Chase, the biggest of the 4 American banks.
Yeah.
He's 65 years old. He lives in New York. He's worth $1.9 billion.
Sounds right to me. He's not like a personal friend, Arch. I mean, the only billionaire I've even ever come in contact with was Vernon Hill.
Yeah. Who's Vernon Hill? Please tell me that.
He started Commerce Bank, which got bought by TD Bank in America.
I see.
Lives in.
Was he nice? Was he a nice billionaire to you? Was he nice to you?
He was fine to me, but my mom said that his assistant didn't like him very much. That's what she told me.
Ah, I see. So tell me this, Tommy. What are you going to do then? What hobbies, businesses, ideas you're thinking about doing there?
I'll tell you.
You can buy into. You know what, Tommy? It's now might be a good mention for you. I'm actually selling a share of the ARCHIELUXURY Media Group Holdings Enterprise. And I'm always looking for winners to give opportunities to. And
well, I'll tell you now, I live very cash poor. I put all of it in investments.
Yeah, we have buy-ins, Tommy, as little as 100,000 US in cash.
Well,
we get a share of the super chat income. We've got a good residual stream. We've got an inventory of 10,000 videos we've made, Tommy.
I've watched a lot of them.
And Tommy, we would like to welcome you on board.
I mean, Paul, I'll tell you straight up, I really don't have that much money to do stuff with. It's all in stock. Real estate was a really good advice that you just gave, because that's what my parents said they
I am
regret the
joking
most.
with you, Tommy. You know
I know,
that.
I know.
But probably 350,000 would get you in. Just out of interest. just putting a figure there, just in case. 50% equity stake, 350,000 US.
You only value
preferably
yourself at 700? Come on.
for the business, the Archie Luxury Media Empire Group.
Should be more.
It's risky.
No, but
it's not. I don't think it's. Look, to be honest with you, I don't think it's that. Look, Tommy. There's many things you could go into. If I were you, you've got your life at your hands. I think you've got to pick some things you like. Like if I was, I tell you what things I like. If I had money at your age,
sure.
I reckon classic British European cars is a really cool hobby. I think
Classic
things,
cars.
Like Jaguars.
Oh, okay.
Like
Aston Martin, McLaren.
I want more pre-computer shit, like 1960s, 1950s.
Okay. Vintage.
Okay? I don't really want computer shit. I particularly like watches. Watches is a great thing. I think watches is a great hobby. I love the luxury goods, like the I would like, if I had a lot of money, Goyard and Louis Vuitton, those trunks, vintage trunks, they sell those at auctions. I like them. I'd collect some of them. I would like, what else do I like? Paintings and art. I mean, that's a rabbit hole. You could spend millions on that, right? I've kind of stayed out of that because it's just crazy money. I like quality made things, something that someone's put a lot of effort into. I think that's kind of special. Like, Steve Allen, he used to collect Stradivarius violins. The guy from Microsoft.
What the hell's that guy's name?
Was it Steve Allen? What was his? I think it was Allen. I think he's dead. I think he died. But he had about 10 Stradivariuses.
Rostropovich, I think was his name.
Yeah, Rostropovich. That's a very famous.
Yeah. He used that
composer.
Yeah.
Stradivarius. There's good ones. There's bad ones. But look, there's many things you could go into, Tommy. Not only just stalking people, you can actually you can get into things. But
yeah, no, for sure.
It's just remember, money can be a very good plus. It can also be a magnifier. If you're a cunt before you had money, you'll be a cunt when you have money.
It's true.
It's like this. Someone said they go into a divorce. He's such an asshole. He's so stingy. And the divorce lawyer goes, was he an asshole when you were married to him? Yeah. Well, in divorce, he'd also be an ass. That's just how they are.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It just magnifies the person. And it's a very, very interesting thing. Saad's had a lot of money. He's had McLarens. You know that?
That's amazing.
McLarens, S-Classes, Bentleys. He's had the lot. He's got the lot. Cal Veneta, $5. Hi, guys. I was looking at a Tag Pepsi. Is it okay to buy around 4,500? Look, I got to be totally honest with you. Tag is not a terrible brand there. The only thing I would say is that's kind of high. Why would you pay so much? That's kind of retail, full price retail. Go to Joma's shop. You can get that same thing for about $3,200. I'm just pulled it up on the stream here. Have a look at this. So he's talking about the Formula One. You can buy that at Joma's shop a lot cheaper. I wouldn't be buying that brand new. I'd be getting a discount. Personally, for around 4,500, I would be getting a Tudor Black Bay. I reckon the Tudor Black Bay. If you want to buy retail, because I know some people are a bit scared, I reckon that's
Look,
sort of what.
As for that Tudor Black Bay, gee, I'd never buy it, but I'll tell you what I love the look of. The Tudor Black Bay bronze with the bracelet. I know it's bronze. I would never do
Yeah,
it. But
about
it looks
10,000. They're a fair bit
very
more.
expensive, way too expensive for what it is. But I just love the dial of it.
Yeah.
I just love the
Yeah.
colours.
Look, I love the burgundy. I reckon that's a beautiful, beautiful watch. That's what I'd be looking at. But you paid your
Now
money.
let me
we've
ask
given
you, what do you think of the investment potential of the Black Bay ETAs?
That's an interesting question because they're quite affordable to get into.
I mean, I think they've gone up quite a bit lately.
Yeah, look. I'll be honest
Because
with
they're
you.
thinner. Because they're thinner than the normal Black Bay. You've got to keep that in mind.
Look, I would say
Not as junky.
any of that stuff. Tudor is actually Tudor has a lot of dogs. Okay, Tudor has a lot of dogs. Okay, there's a lot of dogs in the Tudor world. Okay, you have a lot of dogs, and you've got to accept that. Okay, so I think the Tudor, they've got some really ugly shit. They got the Tudor Contour. I think that is absolutely it's Grand Contour. It's fucking ugly. I remember
if I
I
were
sold
Tudor,
one. Contour. Here we go. Here, Contour. Look at this. These are fucking. I can't stand them really. They also have the Royal. You know the Tudor Royal, right?
Yeah.
Fuck me, Dad. What were they thinking? Seriously.
Well,
That's
look,
almost like that Tissot. You know that Tissot we were
Yeah.
looking at before.
Yeah,
They've also got the Tudor 1921. What were they thinking with this?
What's the name of the Tudor the Black Bay, like the date just clone, like the bracelet's a bit different. What's that called? The Prince or
the Oyster Prince. That was the Look,
but they've still got that
was
one
the date
in the
day.
rotation.
Yeah. Look, to be honest with you, Tudor's had some dogs. What I think is Tudor collectible? Of course, it's collectible. All of this stuff can be collectible, right? The only thing is with Tudor is that I think you got to buy things not looking at purely investment. What do you like? If you like a dive watch, I think it's fair enough to buy a Tudor. If you can't afford
Sure.
the Rolex, you buy the Tudor. But there's so many dogs in the line. Look at this here. This is the Tudor Royal. The Pelagos is cool. I like the Heritage, the Monte Carlo. I love that. However, you don't want to buy that new. You'd have to buy that second. Look at these.
No. Okay,
These
this is
are
what I'm talking about. I mean, this is what kind of if I were Tudor, I would just have I would switch things and I'd say less is more. I would just focus on the Black Bays, and by focusing on the Black Bays, I'm not necessarily saying we add more Black Bays. I'd get rid of them. I just focus on like 4 colors. I discontinue all this classic, the glamour. That's the word, the glamour date. That's what I was. All this other stuff. Who wants this stuff, really? I don't understand why.
Yeah, it does sell in Asia.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah, well, they're very conservative there. You know what I mean? But to me, it's never really appealed to me, okay? These are like a poor...
Think about Asia.
This is a ladies' one, but this is like a poor Datejust copy. You know what I mean? They've kind of tried to make him different to stand out from the crowd, but there's so many fucking variants of these things. How many of these fucking things do they...
There's just too many things going on.
These are all 26 mil, 26. Look at these fucking things. Jesus Christ. How many of these fuckers do they want to have there? But it's I got to tell you there, it's pretty damn Tudor's okay. Would I buy the ETAs? I think there's always a plus side. Of course, Tudor's very, very nice watches. They're great.
They did make, but when I say ETA, I'm talking about, no, I think you know, but specifically the Black Bay ETA.
Yep, that's got the
because they didn't make them.
It's got the rose, the Tudor rose. It's got the rose instead of the shield,
and
it's
the
got the smiley mouth.
Yeah,
you know the. I think that there's collectible. The only problem is myself. I prefer to have Rolex. Okay, once you've got the money for a Rolex, you pull the trigger and have the Rolex. That's my own opinion, but I don't think Tudors are bad at all. Nothing wrong with Tudor. Stay away from the fucking ugly ones. But Jesus, they got some ugly ones. But yeah, Tommy. What can I say? Do you like the Tudors?
I like to look at them. I would never own one though.
The funny thing is, Green Room, you were saying before about people now, what they're doing is they look at a Rolex as a grail. I think what you're finding is now to have one Rolex is good.
Yeah. It's
So you have one Rolex, you'd have a Tudor, and you'd have an Omega, like a Speedmaster or some sort of Omega. So you'd have your Rolex would be your grail. You'd then have a Tudor underneath that. You'd then have an Omega, maybe an IW. So you, instead of having Rolex only brand, I think you're having a diversified because you cannot get stock. Where it's very hard, what I think is sad is no one tells you the rules. You know, the social etiquette. You know, poo bar. What's the poo bar?
no.
Like, when you go into a shop, you're not picking your nose. You know that. You think socially that's so inept, isn't it?
Speak for yourself.
Right? Sorry?
Nothing. Keep going.
Yeah. You know, that's just the social norm. You know, when you go into if you go into a Ferrari dealer or a Mercedes dealer, you don't start speccing out an S-Class if you just you're unemployed. Right? So when you go into Rolex, I would like to get my husband, I'd like to get a Rolex for my 40th. It's coming up soon.
I'd like
Or my
to get him
50th.
the white
like
the
that
white steel
diving
watch
thing.
with the 3 circles in the middle of it. That one.
Yeah.
That's one he said he wanted.
The Panda, I think it's called a Panda. Is that the one? The Panda? That's what you say?
Panda?
You know, they kind of look at you like, I'm sorry, madam. That's, they're so condescending. That's the shop assistants are so, nobody tells you the rules. How do you go there and ask for one? You know what I mean?
Okay,
It's a
so
bit
if you're
like buying a
Rolex,
Birkin.
if you're
It's like that
Rolex-
movie, that Tale of Two Cities. More? You want more? They're feeding the gruel. Gruel?
aren't you thinking of Oliver?
Oliver, yes. Gruel.
Uh,
More?
Please,
You
sir.
want more?
Please, sir. Can I have some more? Well, I think that's
More?
okay.
That's
My
it,
question is, if you're Rolex, okay, let's just say, okay, let's tell people on our website what the situation is. How do you
Yeah.
word the paragraph? What exactly do you say on the website about the social etiquette and the situation? You have a sign at the front of every store telling people to politely go away.
No, what you know what they do is they politely say you would go to your retailer. They've very politely passed the buck by saying,
Yes.
please contact your
But
retailer.
if you were them, what would you write? Or what if you were? I don't know.
Maybe I should make some videos. Social etiquette, how to buy a Rolex. The Rolex situation explained. I don't know. I don't know what to say there. It's
I absolutely hate that bloody that green shooter, the solid gold green shooter.
I don't like green and gold together either.
I just think it just doesn't make sense
green?
that it's
Which shooter?
solid gold.
At the bottom right, Green Room?
Oh,
Very bottom right,
yeah.
Just,
The Black Bay 58, 22,000.
Ugh.
Look, I don't mind it. To be honest with you, I don't mind. And they use a special gold as well. It's not a shiny gold. It's interesting. It's very, and they got the bronze and gold. Notice that they got some mixes there. Maybe Tommy, that's for you. Collect Tudor Museum, the Tommy Tudor Museum.
I don't.
What do you think? Tudor and hybrid motorcar museum and assorted accessories. What do you think?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps hate is too strong of a word now that I think about it, but I hate the price is what I was really getting at. It's very expensive, that piece.
The thing is, would I swap my Submariner for that?
No.
Same money. What do you reckon, Green Room?
No, you'd never do it. Never in a million years.
I can't believe you'd consider that.
Mr. GMT, what's up? Mr. GMT, we love you. Man, thank you for coming on the stream. We really do love you. It's nice to have him on there. It's really nice to have him on the stream. Mr. GMT, thank you, man. Come and say hello, man. I like Mr. GMT. He's your classic Aussie guy. Green Room, he's just such a nice Aussie, isn't he? Mr. GMT,
Yeah.
Nice guy. We love him. He's just a cool guy.
There's only one solid gold diving watch you should be thinking about, and it's not this one. Okay, let's just say that.
No. I got to tell you, it's incredibly interesting. It's incredibly interesting. The if they had it in blue, would you like it?
So it'd be blue and gold. This Tudor. No, I don't think so. But I had a friend of mine. I think I talked about him the other day. He had the Black Bay blue.
Ah.
Oh, sorry, Black Bay is in the Black Bay 41 with the blue bezel. And I mean, as I was saying, he should have gotten the Explorer, but the Tudor was very nice. It has a good hefty feeling to it. I like that. I think that's the only critique of my Datejust. Is that it's very, very light on the wrist. You sometimes forget that you're wearing it.
I gotta tell you guys, it's pretty. Where's Sard gone? Where's our friend Sard
Where is
gone?
he?
Oh, he's working. Mr. GMT, we love you. We love you, Mr. GMT. He's a lovely guy. Tommy. Tommy. Yeah, I reckon you're going to have fun, man. You're going to have a fun life. Why don't you buy a paddock or something like that? I'd get a Langer if I were you, Tommy.
I love Langer.
What do stalkers wear? What do stalkers wear, Green Room?
Langer. No, I don't know.
You know what? I reckon you, Tommy, why don't you specialize in Langers? Get a couple Langers, man.
I really do like Langer.
They're actually pretty good value secondhand. I got to be honest with you. You want to try and get a 40% discount on the pre-owned market. 60% of retail is what you want to pay for Langers.
40%, wow.
Yeah. I got friends who've done that. That's done that. Langers getting more hotter, but hey, Green Room, what's happening, Green Room? What's happening, Green? What's so funny, Green Room?
Oh, just something in the chat.
Tell us.
Was it Vlad's message? Because that was funny.
It was Vlad's message, yeah.
What did Vlad say?
I said, what did he? Mr. GMT is working on the hunt for plastic. He's working on his assignment.
Hey, man! Speaking of the devil, man, we got the Ryo.
How's it going, guys?
By the way, Tommy, you can buy in for $175 US. That's my final offer. $175
split in half
US.
right away. That's bad negotiating, Arch.
Yeah.
Arch,
okay.
here's where Tudor is competitive.
Yes. And you know what? If I sold my business, half my business to Tommy, I'd buy that gold Tudor sub to celebrate it. Because everyone would say,
God.
"What the fuck did you buy that for?" There you go. Sorry, birthing hard.
Where they're good is instead of buying like vintage Rolex pieces and paying a lot of money for vintage, which can be kind of scary for people to get into, they can go with Tudor, which is like just a modern version of Rolex. The Royal here, for example, this is like the Rolex Oyster Quartz. They stole the design from Rolex, and then they updated it with a blue Roman numeral dial, just like Rolex's modern Datejust with a blue Roman numeral dial. So it's like they're blending those things and offering it at a cheap price because they're able to put in an ETA movement. I wouldn't buy a Rolex Oyster Quartz from the 70s with a quartz movement. That's crazy.
Actually, they're collectible. You know, the Germans love the oyster quartz.
Yeah, but I would just be worried about buying a quartz movement.
Have you should
That's
have come back.
50-year-old.
No, Birmingham.
50-year-old.
You should have come back and said, "Have you seen their porn?" That's what you should have come back as the comeback. It's the quip. The quip. The quip. You've only got 20 seconds to come back with a quip.
I haven't seen German porn.
Have you seen their porn? That's.
Is it? I don't know. What is it? Good? Is it?
Lolex. Lolex is back, man. What's going on, man?
Speaking of German porn stars.
Hey, hey,
Hey, man. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? I can't believe you're still on.
Rolex. I was actually looking at selling half my business to Tommy for $175,000 What do you think? Lolex?
And doing what with the money?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I was going to buy a solid gold Tudor sub diver.
Why would
gold
you do
one
that?
with the green? What's that?
Why would you do that? What? I thought we were talking about the gold sub. What's going on?
The Tudor sub, gold Tudor sub, I'll get for $22,000. What do you think,
Trying to save money, you see.
Don't do that. How would you sell your business? How does that go? I want to know how that happens.
We just discovered Tommy's Duck McScrooge. Okay.
Yeah. How did you not get that before?
I thought he was a stalker. Someone told me he was a stalker.
What are stalkers for? No, dude.
Yeah, it costs a lot of money to be a stalker. It's not like you're working.
Yeah.
I mean, you spend all your time stalking. Like, you got to be independently wealthy to be a good stalker.
I was just going to say, I was actually going to, what I would do is, by the way, Tommy, can I tell you this, Tommy? No one's listening here, are they?
I hope not.
Tommy. Okay, this is what we're going to do. No bullshit. 175 US. I don't want to rip you off. I want to present value, okay? Tommy, this is what we do. Listen to me. Just other guys, just turn your ears off for a minute. I'm telling Tommy, we're going to set up
Working on my
a
camera.
branch office in Bangkok. We're going to do casting calls, okay? For elite luxury.
Oh, God.
We're going to do casting calls. Tommy, I'll do the filming. I'll let you go first. Okay, there we go. 50-50 partnership, and I let you go first on the casting couch. How's that, man? Man, I can't be fairer than that. You get to go first. How's that?
Arch Films. Is that what I just heard?
Look, I'm just saying to you, right? This could be a great opportunity for you, Tommy. Perfect skies. We'll set a branch office in Pattaya, in Walking Street, and we'll have one in 4 floors of halls. We'll have a branch office in Singers.
Oh, God.
Okay. and Tommy, we'll have a great time. Think about it.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Guys, I got to tell you something seriously. The wristwatch market, if I had $175,000 you know what I would do with it? Do you want me to tell you what I would do with it?
Buy gold Tudors.
Okay, I'll tell you what we do. Okay, so let's just put that into Aussie dollars because my brain doesn't work well with American money. You know, American money. I'll just tell you exactly what I would do with that money. I tell you, 240,000 Aussie. Okay, that's not a lot, really.
Looks a spit shine in his camera.
Dude, this thing is garbage. I'm on like a little Chromebook right now.
Much better than
Oh my God. 240,000. You know what I'd do? I'd pay my house off. Actually, that's probably about it. I'd pay the house off because I'd have to pay capital gains tax on the business. Okay, there we go. Paid the house off, and
Would you
me
be
and
able to
Tommy
pay
are partners.
both of the properties off?
No,
quite.
no, I could only pay one. I owe $212 on this house.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. That's what I would do. Yeah, there you go. That's it. And I'd buy that Tudor. The gold Tudor to celebrate. How's that?
You wouldn't buy a semi truck, huh?
The C100 Kenworth,
We were talking
Okay,
about
T100.
buying a
1986,
helicopter.
with 1.7 million kilometers on it, and the sleeper cab.
Super chat.
Super chats. I tell you what, it's good to fantasize and have some dreams in your life. Kermit Frog, $2. Is porn censored in singers? Is porn? They've actually got some really nasty rules in Singapore. They're pretty strict. You don't want to spit gum out on the street. They do cane you. You know that?
They're like super strict, right? Like they're like the most,
Yeah.
like one of the most strict places to live.
Wow.
They really are. They are very strict.
Yeah.
I got to tell you something, guys. It's pretty.
What's pretty, Arch?
The green, black bag.
He starts off with something and he just like space it. It's pretty.
We have to finish it.
Gotta finish your sentence.
Guys,
man.
I got to tell you, guys, it's been a great stream today. It's
Man.
been interesting. Green Room, how are you? What's going to happen? When the fuck are you going back to work? Can I ask you this?
I have no idea. It's probably. I don't really see it happening.
You've had your COVID shot?
No.
Okay. You an
wouldn't be
anti-vaxxer?
I'm not really here to yell at people what I think, but I'm just
Yeah.
choosing not to do it.
Okay, that's okay. Your choice.
Are you really?
Um,
Sorry, that's just
yeah, he is. He is.
Wow.
He is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
raw dog in life. Sure.
Tommy, have you been vaccinated?
Yes, I have with both.
Damn.
Which
Damn,
one?
Pfizer.
Pfizer. Okay. I got the Astra.
Raw dog
okay?
in life.
dude. Yeah, man, that's crazy to me.
That's good.
Here
I
we
mean,
go
I'd
there.
do it.
Super
Sure.
chat, Kuipermite Frog. So Tommy is half pontiff now. Is half. So Tommy is half. We're still waiting for the deal to go through.
Ooh, I
You can
inherit the
PayPal
title.
that to me, by the way, Tommy. PayPal is fine. PayPal would be fine.
You don't take
Just
cashier's check, Arch?
Just friend and family, if you don't mind, Tommy. Friend and family, send it us. Okay? And you tick the PayPal box, friend and family.
Not goods and services.
Exactly, Tommy. I got to tell you guys, it's this whole YouTube space. This is a new area. What do you think of the 3-hour live shows I'm doing now?
I was just gonna say it's pretty crazy. I mean, that's like it's a long time, Arch. Can you sustain that for like how long are you gonna keep doing that?
You know what? I'm pretty lazy, but the determination to beat my enemies is stronger. You know what I mean?
You say lazy, but streaming 3 hours a day, like
It's definitely not lazy.
nonstop. That's
Don't have burnout.
yeah.
That's the thing, burnout. That's crazy. You gotta pace yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like it. You guys are fun. I don't see it as a job. When I had that dickhead with the bird and that other crazy Israeli guy, that was fucking hard. But
Marcelo's
with
got
you
some
guys-
cool watches, right?
They were
He's got some
Sorry?
cool stuff, right? Marcel's got cool watches, though, right?
Yeah, he's got a Smurf and he's got a meteorite dial. I think that's what else has he got? Is that it?
Doesn't he have a green sub or something like that?
I thought he had like some kind of a date jest or something.
Yeah.
Oh, he might have a Cermet. I
His
can't-
wife's
He
got
has
a rose, an ever rose date chest. I think I saw him with
Solid
that
or
on
two-tone?
this
I
stream.
think it's two-tone.
Two-tone. He's got the blue sub and he's got the white gold GMT.
Omar, $2. Arch, you should offer Tommy a part of Elite Luxury. No, Tommy, for 175 US, that's all the channels. Archie Luxury, Paul Pluta channel, Elite Luxury, and the Archie Luxury live streaming. It's all the channels. All the channels.
And the coffee business. Tommy.
The
Yes,
coffee
yeah.
business.
That's not
Tommy,
negotiable, Bourbonhard. Come on.
Tommy, we honestly, this could be a winner chicken dinner. Not only that, Tommy, this could be a really
You'll get a
this
free
could be a
paid
great
review
way.
too.
Sorry?
You'll get a free paid review added in, right?
A free paid review. Tommy will do the paid reviews with me. You can do the paid. We're going to share everything then. You buy in and we get all the revenue gets split.
How much,
Singapore tax.
Arch, how much would you sell all your channels 100%, no compete clause?
Just walk away.
To just walk away and sell all your channels and your coffee company. What would you?
100,000? Would you do it for 100,000 cash?
No, well,
Thank
I've
you.
already
No,
said
he makes more than that.
I know, but like
100. Look, I tell you honestly, I'd sell half for 175 US. So you just double it, and I'm out of here. And I'd give you a year of training as well.
Stay on as a consultant.
Yeah, fair enough. No problems.
there's
no
people who
problems.
would pay for that. There's rich people that would pay for fame. That they've already been rich. Now they want to be famous.
Yeah, look,
That's
I'd prefer to
the
sell
model.
half and work with somebody. I would prefer to sell half, and because I would like to. I'd prefer to sell half, but if the money was there, I'm out of here.
350 cash, and you don't have to claim it on your taxes. It's cash.
Wait, is that Australian or American dollars?
American dollars.
American.
American.
Yeah, whatever the equivalent is.
I'd just pay the tax on it. To be honest with you, you know what? I had a friend of mine made $1 million in crypto. I said, mate, just pay the fucking tax. You know what? You've had it more than 12 months. You get a 50% concession. Just fucking pay the tax, and then you've got no problems coming back into the country. Just pay it. Done.
Oh, he left the country?
No, he was thinking about leaving. And I said, don't fucking do that. Your citizenship is worth $500,000, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, would I sell it? Like, I'd be on Omar, here we go, $2. Throw in juice and shower, and it's a deal!
Got a deal, baby.
You know what? I think I would... Look, the only reason I'd like to have somebody is... I'd like somebody to work with me so I could do some other things.
Such as?
Long haul trucking.
Long haul trucking.
I kind of look. If I got that money out of it, I'd basically reduce debt so I could live more frugally.
Yeah, but for how long?
I wouldn't
How
need as
long?
much income if I had cleared some debts. You see. Kuipermite Frog, $2. Arch, go on Shark Tank and pitch the proposal.
That'd be awesome to see.
I think Mr. Wonderful would be interested for sure.
Yeah,
For
but
sure.
look, the thing is, realistically, I'll be honest with you, seriously, it's probably could be worth that. You know what I mean? That's probably what it is. Depends how much you value fame or that sort of shit. Is that important to you or not? I don't know.
Or just your income. Or who's the gal like the QVC queen lady?
Yes.
On Shark, like start spruiking her products through your channels, right?
Yeah, you got to be careful too. It's not as money pit as you. It's not a gold mine as you think, because you lose credibility if you spruik too much.
Too much.
I did that with Undone. Remember that? I'm still living that down. That Undone for. But you know what? There is money to be made. Depends if you like it. Somebody's got to enjoy the business. It's a key man business, so you'd have to ease someone in, and then you would. That's what you do. Look, it's all doable. I don't know. I like. You know what, Hard? I like to kick these. I like to kick these ideas around.
The challenging part is that you're the product, though, Arch. Like people tune in for
business. Key man business.
Yeah.
And that's why it'd be better to have a 50-50 buyout, like I sell half, because I'd still want to be in there for it, and you would build them up. Because let's be honest, I mean, Tommy could be more famous than Marco. Look at Marco. He was just a 22-year-old
poor boy from a poor family.
Poor boy from a poor family.
Now
No
look at him.
connections, just a good ability. Are you any good at Google, by the way, Tommy?
I know how to use Google.
Yeah, that's all you need to do to fill in. See, we could build you up into that slot, and you could have your own. You could
Producer Tommy.
producer
God.
Tommy. Exactly, Tommy. This could be the investment for you, Tommy. Seriously, man. Once we're traveling again,
Arch, you're
We're
scaring
gonna
me
do
that
that.
you're taking this seriously.
I know, right?
Tommy,
Wheels
we're
are
gonna have the
turning.
casting
We're gonna get
couch.
an invoice.
We're going to do the casting couch in patio. Tommy, do you have any idea what I'm talking about, man?
Not really, Arch. I don't.
You're scaring the guy, man.
Okay.
It's wild.
I don't know, Birmingham. Would you sell if you were me? What do you think? Would you ever sell out or not? What do you think?
I think what's difficult though is when you start selling, you end up losing some of your creative control.
Sure.
And I don't know
that's true.
I don't know that that'd be good for you. As long as you're enjoying
Where's
it.
Saad gone? He's the other investor. Saad, where you gone there? We could sell to Saad. I'll swap it for a Bentley. He's got a few lying around.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Birmingham?
I don't sell.
Like it's got potential. Like it is a high risk venture. What do you think there, Green Room? What do you think,
Well,
Green Room?
What about selling a small percentage instead of half? Maybe you'd sell 5% for an exchange for a small percentage of your income and control. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you
I think
buy in?
50%. It's a bit steep, you know.
It is. It's. See, I could get Rolex. You seem like that house looks quite big there, Rolex. Rolex could get a second or third mortgage there and come
Pull
in
some money
there.
out.
Yeah,
Some
we see,
money
we
in.
see we see those vaulted ceilings, Lolex.
Yeah, there's vaulted ceilings. Here we go.
I know.
Coppermite Frog, $2. What if Marco buys your channel with his super chats? You know what? I don't mind. I honestly, in some of me, I'm a bit Dave Ramsey-ish. I'd like to pay the home off, Birmingham.
Yeah. The grass feels different under your feet when it's paid off, I hear.
Yeah, I think Dave is too safe, but you got to have a bit of risk, don't you?
He's unrealistic. I feel like Dave Ramsey's. He's always talking about didn't he say once? Like if you're under 25, you should never even step foot in a restaurant or some shit like that.
That's just
It's
bullshit,
like, come on, dude.
man.
If you're-
Come on.
Fuck that.
He says a lot of shit just to get views, but it's
Yes, he does. It's got that puritanical beans and rice. Do, but you know the funny. Just 1 minute there. The Timepiece Fund, $2. Sell 80% to punters. Keep 20 and you drive it. You betcha. Timepiece Fund. Seriously, I'd be honest with you. I would sell half for 175. If there is an investor there, Saad.
That's
I would-
US.
Hey, Timepiece Fund.
Yes.
Timepiece Fund was talking about building a investment portfolio of watches.
Yes.
What if we build an investment portfolio of YouTubers?
Ooh.
You
Well,
could,
look
an
at
initial
Watchbox was
public
doing
offering.
that.
He could.
Watchbox.
Yeah.
Watchbox was doing something similar. You know.
Yeah.
You could buy in. Let me say this to you. I think realistically, I would do it because look, Dave Ramsey. You know what pisses me off with Dave Ramsey? Did you see why he went bankrupt? So he had basically 12-month fixed loans, and then they reset every 12 months.
Adjustable rate mortgages. Yeah.
I mean, what sort of idiot does that? That's a disaster waiting to happen.
There was a lot of Americans doing that at the last housing crash.
No, but do you understand that? Like in my country, we don't even have that product. Okay, actually,
Yeah.
we have. Like I was looking at switching mortgages, right? And I saw the contract, and basically what it said is, okay, you get a honeymoon rate, then it goes to this. I said, that's not actually cheaper than the rate I'm paying. I had this fight with my broker.
Well, our voters
Well,
are so dumb that not only we had that, but our federal government was guaranteeing those loans. So figure figure
But
that
the
one.
way I see it is, my home loan, I've locked into 1.99 on the house, 3 years.
That boy.
And I've locked in on the
Okay.
investment property 2.49 for 3 years.
Damn. When did you do this?
That's what I always do.
Was
Archie's
this a
making-
recent thing or you did it?
Archie's making moves. He's making moves.
I know, but like,
17.
The investment property was 6 months ago, and the mortgage
did
was
it, yeah.
like, that was 6 months ago I fixed it. Because it was fixed before then, but for a higher rate. So then it came off that term, and I just refixed again. The housing loan, I only did that about a month ago.
yeah.
I fixed it
You took advantage of his lower
1.99%. It's free money. That's 2% money.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yep.
It's incredible. It's cheapest money you'll ever get. So
Mhm.
for me, I got to tell you, I would say, you know what? I'd almost. I got to tell you seriously, guys. I like to have these dilemmas in your head. There, it's a. I think realistically, I'd like to get an investor at that price.
The other option is once you start thinking about your exit plan is to do what a lot of the other channels do and just start selling your integrity and spruiking things that you don't believe in
Yeah, I kind
for
of
money from the brands.
I don't know if I'd do
When-
that. It's got its own little thing. I tell you what,
I know,
what I
I know.
really do like is I got to tell you, just having a quick look there. Okay, I was just having a look there. Some of these other channels, they think it's so easy that they want to stream. I'll tell you, the Wizard, he used to be my friend. Now he streams himself. I mean, and he thinks he's going to get the views. He's that good. They all got egos burping hard. I mean, the premium stream is here. Premium stream is the Archie Luxury stream, isn't it?
Oh, they might not be trying to be full time on YouTube though. I mean, they're doing it for fun, right? Like hanging out with the boys.
Yeah, it is
what
fun.
they all say.
It is
That's what
fun.
they all say. I think Wizard's picking up an AP tomorrow. You got like offshore or something?
Yeah, I think. I mean,
cool watch,
Wizard
cool watch.
Wizard sells watches, so I mean, it's.
But you know, the Wizard, I saved the Wizard's ass. Did you know this or not?
How'd
No,
you say
tell
the
me.
Wizard's
Tell me. Tell me.
Oh,
No
you
one's
don't know
listening,
this
dude.
story?
No one's listening, dude. Tell us.
No.
I'm
I
flossing right
saved-
now. I don't want people
No,
to see.
Wizard doesn't deny it. You can ask him. No, what happened was, Wizard came to me. I didn't realize who it was, but he had bought this paddock, right? And he asked me about it. He paid for a consultancy. And I said, Wizard, return it. This is garbage. It was one of these pocket watches where they had signed on it paddock.
Okay.
And they converted it into a wristwatch, but it was. The reality is, I said to Wizard, this was never a paddock, and it was never a wristwatch. It was an old pocket watch, which some dickhead has signed it. They've tarted it up, so that was never a paddock. Do you see what I mean? But
Yeah.
what they said it was converted. It was a paddock which they've converted into. So I actually saved his ass. I said, send it back. He bought it on eBay, and he sent it back and got his money back. And look, I got to be totally honest with you. I've fucking made mistakes with watches, okay? It's all very easy for me to say, I told you so, Wizard, but you know what?
Ooh.
I
That's-
have
that's-
fucking made mistakes with watches.
What's the worst, Arch? What's the worst?
Look, I-
The most embarrassing. The most
Boring.
embarrassing.
I think
Let
he
me tell
regrets the 1016 the most.
No. I'm saying buying a fake one. They're
Oh,
so fucking
Oh.
terrible. I know. I had a friend of mine. We were buying and selling watches at the time, right? He said, "Paul, do you want to come and buy this gold?" It was a Cartier Pasha. Okay, that's a very
Pasha. Yeah.
okay. And I said, mate, I don't have the money. I was going through some depression. I was really. I said, mate, I don't have the money for this. I said, I'm sorry, mate. You're going to have to go yourself. He bought it. Then a watch dealer friend of his said, these screws don't look right. He tested the gold. It was real gold. and it was because Cartier in those Pashas, they just used an ETA sort of movement in them. They weren't like a proprietary then, right? And when he
by the
actually
way,
had,
sorry, Sard
Yeah.
said that he was having big mic issues.
oh, okay,
That
no
was his
worries,
problem.
Sard. Okay, that's because I wanted to deliver that pitch to him. 175 US.
Yeah,
Or,
that's what they do. That's what they do.
Slightly used Bentley.
He's just trying.
you know?
He's just trying to buy time to think about the deal.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
whatever. Sod.
So anyhow, I nearly went into that. It was completely fake.
Yeah.
And another time, I went into a watch dealer, a friend of mine. He goes, "Would you buy this, Paulie? Here's one for your wife." It was a Patek Nautilus. I looked at it and said, "How much?" Right?
Mhm.
And he said, we opened it up and it's fucking fake. It was one of these new Patek super fakes.
They're getting scary.
Yeah.
And he's a dealer. I'm not going to say who, but fuck, it looks so... Even the clasp, how it had... Because on the Nautilus, the ladies' Nautilus, it's got this butterfly clip it clips into. It looked so fucking good.
Yeah.
I had an AP on. Actually, I was wearing an AP. I had my 36 mil AP on, and I actually took mine off to compare the clasp and said, "Yeah, this is right." That's how good it was. And vintage is a minefield. I bought vintage that turned out not to be quite right. Fuck. I tell you honestly, that's why.
That's why Tudor. That's what Tudor's
I
job
don't buy
is in the
vintage
market.
anymore. The reason I don't buy vintage anymore is because I fucking made mistakes, and it's so scary. You're dealing with such big money now.
Yep.
I'm not interested. The thing is, I will say this. Like my Pateks, the World Time and the Nautilus. Sorry, the World Time and the annual calendar. They won't fake those because it's not worth. Because you can see the display movement. Normally, when they fake something, they're gonna cheapen out somewhere. It's like if you built a car from scratch, it would cost you like $1 million to make a car. Do you understand? Like to actually, what you do is you buy an almost car and try and mix and match bits to make it look. You know what I mean? The fakes, they've always got shortcuts. It's like those fake Ferraris they put on a Corvette. You know what I mean? When you open the hood, you can see the Corvette motor. It's not a Ferrari. You know that the Ferris Bueller's Day Out. that was actually a vet underneath that. You know this, don't you?
Yeah, don't they do that with like those speedsters, those old Porsche speedsters?
Yeah, that sort of thing too.
Yeah.
Hoovie's got a Subaru one because it's got the Subaru
apparently-
Boxster.
Apparently, they're great builds though, because I've seen a few YouTube videos on them. Like, if you
Yeah,
want
no.
but
But they're not trying to pass off as an original one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just open the hood, you could see it. There's other ones where
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
they're trying,
So
yeah.
I got to be honest with you. The whole watch thing itself, there. That's why I don't do vintage Rolex. It's fucking full of fraudsters, and I'm just out of it. I'm just not interested anymore.
Yeah.
When you used to buy Rolexes really, really cheap from the first owner, that was different. Now people are very switched on, and I got to be honest with you. I like the things I got. I really like what I have. I don't necessarily need a lot of other stuff. And I don't know, guys. I think for myself, if ever I had offers, I'd consider. I had offers in the past and I turned it down, and I'm glad I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have sold for a lot cheaper. I'm talking like under 100. I would have sold, and the deal fell through, and now there's no way in the world I'd even consider that.
Someone was trying to offer you under 100 at one point for your channel.
Years ago.
Yeah.
How long ago?
Oh, it's actually a long time ago. 2011, 2012. This channel was in its infancy then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I did look. In hindsight, it is what it is. I kind of see like this YouTube thing could be worth nothing tomorrow. They could just say, right, you're not monetized, you're gone. Boom, We don't want you. Fuck off. That could happen too. You know, what's it worth? It could be worth a lot of money. It could be worth not. It's very hard to pick. The way I look at it is, I don't think you can take these things for granted. You've always got to say to yourself, you know what? If it ended tomorrow, walk away and do something else. Uber, pizza delivery,
Long haul
a string
trucking.
of things. You know what I mean? Trucking, long haul trucking. Yes, you betcha. Get that Kenny out there, and off I go. You know.
Man.
I used to be so
riding off into the sunset.
I got to tell you, guys, beforehand, I used to be so scared of losing my career. When I was in IT, I was scared of what's the unknown, what's will happen to you. The funny thing is, the more I've traveled, the more I realized who gives a fuck about Brisbane. Like, if my career ended and it was shit and I so what? I have to do cleaning or do something less glamorous. You know what the best thing is that I know I've still got a couple paddocks. I used to take my career more serious. When you're younger, you're really dependent. Look at Rolex there. Like, you got a really good job, Rolex, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. Yeah.
That's your identity, isn't it? You meet someone, the first thing they say to you, what do you do, Rolex?
Yeah, it used to be, where did you go to school? And now it's, what do you do for work?
Yeah, same as you, Burbing Hard. That's what
That's
they say to you.
That's an American thing, though. That's
No, for sure.
a very American.
No,
Like, oh,
I'd say maybe over here, maybe it's more, where do you live? Might be the first.
No, but the reason why they say that in Sydney, no, that's a Sydney thing.
that's the
It's not
same
fucking-
question. It's really the same question, just a
it's not a
different way of
fuck-
asking you.
It's
different
not
way
a
of
fucking
asking it.
Melbourne. Let me tell you this, Green Room. They don't say that in Brisbane, okay? You know why? In Sydney, they say, which part of Sydney are you from? You know why? I always say Neutral Bay, Double Rose Bay, I always say. Because they're trying to peg out how much money you have. Because they know exactly what it costs to buy a joint in that place. That's what they say. I got to tell you guys, seriously, your identity as a man can be tied up in your career, but it doesn't have to be. It shouldn't have to be. You want to try and be a nice person. Don't you think that's more important than having money? Isn't being a nice person the most important thing?
Be a decent person. I don't. Nice sometimes it seems as like you're pushing.
How much money do you need to have to be special? See, these rich people, they need to be special. They want to be special. How special are you? Are you special?
I mean, I'm not
And on
special.
that note, Archie leaves. Are you special?
You know, I just don't know. How special do you want to be? How special do you want to be?
I mean, I'm not as special as Tommy. But
Yeah, Tommy's special.
Thanks, Bourbon Hard.
Tommy's buying in. Tommy's buying in soon. Tommy, what's a better name? Can we have a better name than Tommy Luxury?
producer Tommy. Producer Tommy.
Producer Tommy, yeah.
Whatever you
You got
want.
producer Mark already.
Yeah.
Don't really want to
No.
be associated with that
Okay.
guy.
You know, the other thing is too, would I consider a partial watch exchange? And
Ooh.
what do you think of that, Tommy?
Oh, you're trying to get his
Oh, now
Batman?
you want my Batgirl?
What about a 5270?
5270?
Yeah.
I don't know, Arch.
What do you reckon? 5270? Get me a 5270. What watch would I swap for half then, Burbing Hard? 5270?
Wait. What you would?
Swap his half of his YouTube channel for.
Yeah, a 5270 I'm thinking. What do you reckon?
No.
What?
No.
You don't think so?
What if
You
it's on a
do-
bracelet? Does that change
You
anything?
don't think a 5270 is any good? You don't like
No,
a
no.
52?
It's ridiculously
70?
expensive.
No. For
It's all
half of
relative.
your channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think your
5270.
channel's
Just
worth
bring it
more.
up.
Then
We'll
a
bring it
watch?
up. Here we go.
Is that over? It's a chronograph.
You're,
Precious
oh,
metal.
It's
okay.
a perpetual calendar chronograph. It's not just a chronograph.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a
But,
functional watch.
I would be happy to sacrifice and just go for a yellow gold one if that helps. Tommy,
If that helps.
Okay.
Tell me if that helps
That's-
you in any way.
I thought you would take more for your channel though.
He's talking about half bourbon.
Oh, just okay. I got you. Just half your channel? Sure.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
50% stake.
Yeah, 50% stake.
How much of the channel can I get for 5 Aussie?
Yeah, how much of the channel could I get for my Batgirl? What can that get me?
Oh, well, there you go. Just work it out. You can do the
We'll
subs.
just work it out, let you know. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you could create like an NFT, like a coin
An Archie
for your
coin?
channel, Arch. Yeah,
Or a crypto coin.
that's what I'm saying.
Pluto coin.
Like a non-fungible
NFT.
token that's like represents like a share of your channel, because there's a lot of overlap between crypto and watches.
5270 could be the way to go. That could also alleviate some of my tax concerns too, Tommy. Because then it wouldn't be a sale for cash, and therefore the laws are slightly different. It's like a trade.
Be careful, Tommy.
I was writing something in the chat.
Where's the super chats gone, guys? Hey, I haven't sold it yet, guys. Where are those super chats? Keep them coming.
Yeah, that might affect the super chats. Knowing if the donators knew that half of the money was going to someone else, you know.
Yeah. Look, it's drying up already. Look at this, man.
mean, if
He
I
hasn't bought
donate-
in yet. Keep
if I
it coming. I'm
donate
supposed to show
$10
cash flow. I got to show cash flow. Keep it coming, man.
And anytime you're about to sell a business, you want to pump up the numbers, right before the sale.
Exactly.
If I'm donating $10, I want to make sure that all that money is going to the next Birkin bag purchase. I don't want some investor getting it, you know.
Ha 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 ha! You betcha. I'll just be 1 minute there. I'll be back in 1 moment, sir.
You were holding up your watch roll, Lolex.
Oh yeah.
Is that a boss? Oh, we should have had him make it big. Is it a Bosphorus
Yeah.
2-piece roll?
Yeah, I bought it like a month ago or something like that, 2 months ago. There was like one of those midnight sales. I think it was only like, where it's like it only lasts for like 3 or 4 hours. I just immediately jumped on it. I wanted to get the black one, but I ended up with this like green teal type of look.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty.
And which and you know what leather that one is?
No, I don't.
Does it have like a lined pattern in it?
Yeah, it's like a pebble.
Okay, like a pebble. Nice.
Yeah, dude. It's a pretty quality roll. I was really surprised. I took a leap of faith on the color, and I was like really, really happy I did, because I wanted to do like something boring like black, but you know, got to mix it up a little bit. So.
And what's the lining? What lining did you get in it?
It's like a velvet kind of greenish look, if you could see it. The camera's horrible.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, dude. It's sweet. I got it for like 120. I thought it was a good deal.
Hey guys, what's being kicked around, Rolex?
We definitely weren't talking about that. We're talking about my watch roll.
120. Okie dokie. You got something else you could throw in, like a pesky 4-cylinder car you don't really want?
Yeah, I was going to say a nice little Vespa, maybe a Honda Rebel. We can get Archie on one of those.
Talking about the Cayman. Could we throw the Cayman in?
Dude, how much are Honda Rebels? Like $2,000? I'll get you one of those, Arch, as long as you take videos on it.
I don't even know what a Honda Rebel is.
It's like $250.
Omar, $10 just because I love you, Archie. Thank you, man. Thank you. Guys, I'm going to be wrapping this baby up in the next 5-10 minutes. I'm just making these streams here. I'm just making these streams so the other boys know how long they need to stream against me. You know that?
That's right.
You know? And I haven't had to gonzo stream once in desperation.
What do you mean by gonzo stream?
Oh, gonzo streaming, that's like last night on Austin Daniels. You know, he goes out to the restaurant. That's gonzo streaming. Just I don't know how their phone battery lasts so long. Do you?
Yeah, it was pretty out there.
Yeah. I don't know how that
Char-
works.
They charge it up before they start, or they're bringing a external battery pack and plugging it in, maybe.
Could be. Guys, I want to say there, just very quickly from the panel here, how much should I sell half for, boys?
I can apparently get you a good deal on Best Buy gear if you're interested.
Best Buy. Birmingham, give me a figure.
I don't know how much you make in a year. So I think
Green
that's.
room.
I think we all know
Green-
how much
green
I can
room.
I really have no clue for this one. Sorry. I really
Tommy,
you gotta look at the
Tommy,
numbers.
you're
You
a
gotta look at
smart
the numbers.
businessman, Tommy. You're worth more than any of us put together.
I don't know about that. You said 175. Just make it an even 2.
No.
Start high. No, you start high. You start
We
high.
got a
on that
deal,
initial.
Tommy. We got a deal, Tommy. Guys, this has been a great show. I've loved having you on here. It's been great fun. Guys, don't think you have to come on every day. It's just if you get a chance, okay? If you're busy, it's okay. Don't have to. You don't have to. Don't be obligated. Who the fuck is that room? Green room. Who's that house?
This one.
Yeah, no. That nice one.
He's got pictures of people's houses, in the starter.
Oh, this one.
That one. Whose is that?
Oh, that's just one of the default pictures you get, just as a test.
Fuck, that's... Tommy, do you have a house like that?
With those bricks?
No, with the piano and the lounge and...
No.
No.
That's
Tommy's
a
is
piano.
Tommy's is nicer. His house doesn't have bricks. He's saying. It's all.
It's marble.
No, I didn't know
It's
what
just it's
marble
marble,
and velvet.
marble pillars and like Greek
Oh, Van
sculptures.
Lux, Tim has a battery pack. Yeah, I thought you would have to do that.
Is Tim streaming right now?
Yes, he is.
No.
He started at 10:30. It's a premiere, though, I think.
Interesting.
No, he's been stopping at the beginning of your show like every day, Arch.
No, I've got an
has
alliance with Tim, actually. We're going to be...
Do I need to bring up the chart?
Yeah, hold on. What was that about? Why am I under Tim? I always saw me and Tim as friends and equals.
No,
Apparently
this is... No,
Look,
no,
we'll just
that's
pull it
Tim.
up real quick. Hang
Yeah,
on.
just pull it up. Pull it up.
Real
We'll
quick.
explain
Yeah,
it to
I'm
Lolex. Come on.
I know we're finishing, but we'll just
We'll pull it up there. Let's bring it up. This is the factions. This is how...
where is
See,
it?
you're in Tim's camp, Rolex.
Why am I in Tim's camp? I'm a free agent, Archie. I fly wherever I want. That's not true at all. There's no way I would go on certain people's channels. There's no way.
Whose channel wouldn't you go on?
Okay, there it is. I think.
Yes, I wouldn't go on Dis's channel.
Okay,
He
there we
puts out
go.
that- He puts out
There we go.
offensive
Yeah,
rap
let me
music.
just.
Austin and Marco have an alliance, and AC3 and Tim Wright have an alliance.
Austin
Easy to say,
Daniels,
clear
is
and
he
easy to say.
streaming?
Sorry?
Does Austin Daniels do streaming now?
Yeah.
He does when? It's new, or he's always been doing that?
No, he's just started when he realized there was money in it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Austin was streaming. Huh.
Yeah.
You wanted
What
to
do you
get on
reckon?
Archie's show.
See, that's why the chart's good. So people that aren't in the know about it on every detail can have a look for 2 seconds and figure out what's going on. So, Rolex, you want to be shifted back? You want to be returned to the AC3 camp? Or are we putting you in neutral?
No, I'll stay.
What are we
You
doing?
can leave me there, but I think, yeah, this is funny.
So,
Man, you got a big crew.
all right. So what's the arrow connecting AC3 and Tim Wright? That's an alliance
We
there.
got an alliance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's wrong with
Just
that?
like Austin and Marco have an alliance, see?
Okay.
Okay.
And is this like the crazy hot matrix where at any time a name can disappear from the chart and then simultaneously reappear anywhere else?
Oh, of course, yes.
I mean, it's a moving chart.
I gotcha.
Hmm.
Can we get any details on the alliance that you and Tim have?
Oh, yeah. Well, basically, it's my hatred of the other guys.
Well, some of these guys, like Mr. GMT, likes everybody. Showcase gets along with everybody. Does Showcase have something against
No,
Austin? Or
Tim went out of his way to visit Showcase, so we've bedded that in.
Showcase is pretty loyal to you, Arch.
I know. we're tying up and look. The problem is this market is so sick. I've got to make a stand, and I think it's more in it for me to have an alliance. I can't go to Team Marco. We've burnt that. Did you see the interview with Bear?
I did see that. I did see that.
I've put the shorts onto the onto this channel. You can see the shorts. I've got the short bits, the cutouts. You can go and check it out anytime the key words were said. I don't think Team Marco is ever going to come back again.
So I have a chart. I have a chart something similar to this, but it's like watches. So it's like potential watches. So once you get to the point where you have all the watches you want, now you start just trying to collect the souls of your enemies. Is that what this? Because now
we've got to know where
divide and conquer.
Yeah, we've got to know where each person stands.
I mean, just because someone is on the right of the
line
of the AC3 past the line, it doesn't necessarily mean that they hate AC3, right? So Marcelo doesn't necessarily hate Archie, but yet he resides underneath the Austin Daniels column.
Actually, he does. Okay. He does dislike me.
Oh, does he?
Does he?
Yeah.
Does he?
I would have fixed you up.
You're crazy, Arch. There's no way.
No, Marcello got really offended. I gave him advice. It hurt. He doesn't want to come here again. He said Saad. He's scared of Saad, okay?
Scared of Saad?
Yeah. Why is he scared of
Saad's
Saad?
a great guy.
Yeah, no, because he doesn't like the advice. The advice was right. We told him how to fix his life. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to be a soy boy for the rest of his life.
Some people, man. What can you do?
Soy boy.
Some people.
That term.
That's exactly it. So that's the alliances there. That's the factions. That's the way it goes.
This is version 2.
Yeah, I must admit this is actually very, very. I'm very, very. Yeah, we got to keep an eye on our enemies. Know our enemies. You know, the art of war. Sun Tzu, the art of war.
Sun Tzu.
You know? Yeah, Sun Tzu. We've got to know the art of war. We've got to know where everyone's coming from. We know who we have an alliance with, who we like, who we don't.
So since you subscribe to Sun Tzu, some of these people are obviously going to be spies in the enemy's camp, I take it.
Exactly. 100%, my friend. You nailed it. You nailed it. And we're very honored to have you with us, Birminghard. We love you. You know this?
You're the best, Arch. The most entertaining stream for sure.
Yeah, no, man, that's good. That's good to hear that. It's
I like these other guys too, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry?
I like some of these other guys too, though.
Yeah, no, of course. No. Look, I don't want to bed anyone. I don't want to stifle anyone. You're free to go on any other show. We don't have any contractual agreements, okay? But, you know, the thing is, right, this is just where we see look, you got to go what makes you happy. In this world, it's not about money. It's about having some fun, you know?
I thought Diego today was funny. I thought that was a funny.
Actually, I must admit, can I tell you this? I actually really that's put me from 4.5 to a 6.2.
That's good.
I find it really. I think that was hilarious. You got to laugh at yourself, guys. You know, that was really well done. Really well done. I'm just happy he didn't have porn inside that box.
I know he could have went a very dark road.
I'm surprised you let him turn that box around. I was like, oh shoot, this is gonna.
No, but the thing is, I'm so dumb. I really thought he got a new watch. I was like,
I was like, okay, it's some kind of joke. I didn't know it'd be. I figured it'd be like a G-Shock or something.
No, but that was so cool. But it was how he did it was so cool. It was cool. It was cool. I must admit that is cool. It was pure. You know, it's cheeky. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit like when Porky's, when they peered through the washer room, and they had, you know, Cordell, that girl, you know, from Sex and the City.
It's Kim Cattrall. I feel like I've told you that 4 times. It's
Kim Cattrall. Yeah,
come on, dude.
She is so sexy in her younger days.
I guess. What does she look like now? Kim Cattrall. What does she look like now?
She's still pretty.
Is she? She was old on the show in Sex and the City. So like. She's gotta be old. She's old. I think she's in her 50s, right?
Yeah, something like that.
She gotta be.
Guys, let's wrap this baby up. Just PayPal Tommy would be fine. Friends and family.
Cash
Get in
We
before,
will
before the price goes up, Tommy. You better get in.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys. See you later.